All right. I am live. I am live. I am live. All right. So, just making sure the settings are on. All right. So, I am in the process of just a rainy day. It's a rainy day here in Georgia. My kid, she want to sleep all day. So, I was like, fuck it. Fuck it. Right. Oh, let's burn these incense. Make it smell good. So, I figure since I'm in the kitchen, excuse me, and I got this time on my hands, I might as well go live, and see if anybody want to talk or hang out. I think I'm gonna download. What's it? Not download. I'm gonna I'm gonna get I'm gonna binge watch. It's kind of like a chilliness outside, a wet dampness. I ain't feeling it. I ain't trying to go out. I don't want to. I'm actually gonna go to Ingles because they got a chicken sale. I'm always chasing chicken. I cook a lot of chicken. I'm limiting my diet. Speaking of diet, my ass is going on a diet. Y'all, I ain't gonna tell no lie. I have talked about this before. I got a Pepsi addiction, a bad one. And so my black ass, they've had some really good Pepsi sales in the past 2 weeks. So my black ass has been drinking instead of eating. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I put on a little bit of weight there, just a little bit. I got on the scale yesterday. I said, oh shit, man, you didn't drunk on the calories, girlfriend. So it's about to be water time. And there's this mountain I used to, not Stone Mountain, but it's another mountain called Arabian Mountain. I used to frequent, and it's long. The trails are forever and ever and ever. You get lost in that shit. You get to walking so long, you'd be like, damn, do I think I can make it back? But I know the trail really well, so I'm not like concerned. I know my marks, you know. I know my marks, so I'm like, okay, I'm not too far deep into the trail. So I know how to get there. Oh, guest, can you type in the chat who you are? You are a guest. Can you type in the chat who you are, please? Please type in the chat who the guest is. Type in the chat. Hello. Can you type your name in the chat? Clue. It's you, Clue. Okay, let me let you up.
Hey,
Hey, what's going on, Clue?
yep, I'm doing good. I,
You,
I stood you. I stood you up. I'm sorry about that.
you ain't sorry. You ain't sorry.
I
You
am,
chickened out. You weren't ready for me. You know, May come with the real. So tell me what you think.
May, but May, I thought you. I thought it was a trap. I thought you were
A
trying to trap me because all of a sudden I'm getting tagged in this community tab post by you saying, "Can you come up at 11 o'clock?" And I'm working. I'm thinking this is a trap. She's gonna bring me up, and she's gonna have the mud duck
See, there
embarrass
you
me.
go. See, there you go.
That's all. That's all. I'm sorry for standing you up. I am. I truly am.
You thought no, it's okay. So you thought it was a trap, Clue? You thought I was trying to set you up?
Yes,
Hmm.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I did.
No, no, no. And can you say the name with me? We're not gonna call people mud ducks. We're gonna say Queen Sunkiss. Can you say it nicely?
Queen,
Queen
Queen Mud
Sunkiss.
Duck.
See, there you go.
Shout out to you, Mahogany. I see you in the chat.
Hey,
I see
Mahogany,
you
how
in the
are you?
Mahogany in the motherfucking
Ma-
building.
Mahogany, come
Hey,
talk to him and give him some good sense. You
hit
know,
the
Clue
link.
ain't got
Hit
no
the
good
link.
sense.
Talk. Hit
Hit
the
the
link.
link.
Let's be family together, Mahogany. Hit the link. Let's talk together.
Come on up here, Mahogany. You gotta talk some good sense
Mahogany.
into it.
You know what I found out about Mahogany? Mahogany is actually a cool chick. Because
Yeah, she is.
when I was talking to her, it was like, okay, she was chill. She wanted to know the truth. She wanted to know what what I was thinking. She was fair. I like Mahogany. I like
Yeah,
mahogany. I'm gonna put that on the record. Mahogany Roots and MJ, you're cool with with Clue Studios. Okay.
Clue Studios. All right. Mahogany
Okay.
said, "Hey, loves," and she said, I want to talk to you, honey, and you know I would, but I'm out with my moms." Oh, okay, okay, you're out. Okay, but yeah, nah, Clue. I wasn't trying to set you up. I wasn't trying to set you up. Not at all. I had a particular perspective I wanted to offer y'all, or
Okay.
you, because that's what I was, trying to have a conversation about. And I don't necessarily need to revisit it. But my
So
perspective was just, huh? Go ahead.
so mate, can the three of us discuss what a coon is together once Mahogany gets on the panel? Can the
She
three
said
of
she
us
can't come.
discuss?
She's out with her mom.
Oh yeah, you're out with your mother. Okay. Shout out to Mama Mahogany. Shout out to you. The
And
two of us
Mahogany,
we can
hold on one
discuss it.
second. Okay, 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 hold on one second. Mahogany, are you there? Tell me if my sound is bad, because sometimes when I have another person up, my sound it like boop boop boop
I
boop.
I
You know what I
hear
mean?
I hear a burp every like 1 second. Burp. It
Okay,
says
let me take
beep.
that off
It says
then.
burp.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Let me take that off. I'm gonna do just a regular audio, no earplug. Thank you. I don't want to mess up the. I can still hear you.
Okay, this sounds good. Can you hear me?
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
this
can
is
hear you.
good. This is
All right, I'm gonna
good.
take
This
your
is good.
earplugs out. Perfect. Yeah, I've had to learn the hard way. When I listen back, I'm like, God damn it. Nah, Clue, I like you as a person, but
Uh
you
huh.
you know, and I did like the bird for a while. I ain't gonna get
There's
into it
nothing
because I'm
wrong with
not.
the bird. There's nothing wrong with the bird. The bird is cool. The bird is the word. The bird, bird, bird. The bird is the word.
No,
The
that's
bird,
your
bird,
friend.
bird. The bird is the word.
That's
He's
your
cool.
friend.
He's cool.
That's your friend. So I understand where you coming from. But the bird, he got a serious like racial problem, and I
Okay.
think it's
Okay.
strange that
May,
you
May,
guys.
May, May,
What?
May, May, May. Let's
What?
have the coon stream right now. I'm here. You're
You want to
here.
have a cool
Let's talk
stream?
about the coon right now. I'll explain to your audience about the coon. We can have it right here. Let's go.
You want to talk about coons?
Yeah, because I'm one. I'm one of a coon.
You're
I
not a coon.
am a coon. Yes, I am.
You're trying to be. You're not.
I am the coon.
No.
I'm the
No.
best. I'm full coon, so I'm in my full form in the coonagry department. You know.
You're trying to be. I get it. And that's what that if you I don't know did you get let me ask you that before we get started. Did
Okay.
you actually watch the stream I did about fake coons versus real coons? Did you watch that?
I did not because I thought you were going to be bashing me for not
It
showing up.
wasn't about you.
I, I I thought I should go back and watch it, review it, take notes.
Well, you said you wanted definitions because that's what you said on what's her name? Mm, what's the lady's name? Bomb Cherry. You said we have to
Um,
have working definitions in order for us to have conversation.
yeah.
So that only thing I did in that stream was provide. I didn't bash anybody. I provided a working definition for what I consider real coons versus fake coons. That's what I did. I didn't say
So
nobody's names in
so
there.
what's a fake coon?
Okay, so so from my perspective, I feel like a coon is a naturally occurring phenomenon that does not intend to create itself. That's a real coon. It's happenstance. It's circumstances that a coon is born. It is not an intentional thing. And if you were to tell a coon, a real one, that they was a coon, they would be highly offended. Highly offended. Okay?
Nah, quite the opposite actually.
Uh-uh. Uh-uh.
I think quite the opposite because
Okay, you tell me what you think a real coon is.
okay, the definition of a coon is this is a person, melanated skin, who has rejected the programming of black, rejected black culture. He chooses to separate himself from black culture in every way imaginable. Right? What do I mean by every way imaginable? If if a nigga does something, he does the opposite. The coon does the opposite. If a if a nigga likes Coke, then a coon would choose Pepsi. Just because that nigga likes Coke. He wants to set himself so far apart from nigga culture, so as far as possible, far as humanly possible. So in Minnesota in 2020,
Hmm.
the Coons did not riot. And the reason they didn't riot is because the
Hold on,
niggas
wait.
were
You going
rioting.
too far. Wait. We
What?
can't
What?
stay. I don't want you to get into stories and stuff. I want us to stay focused on
Now I'm
the.
explaining the definition, May, of
Oh,
a
okay,
coon.
okay.
So, for reference, in 2020, the coons did not leave their house. The niggas did. The niggas tore up the cities. The coons stayed at home and waited for the verdict. That's what I'm saying. What coons do is we separate ourselves so far away from black culture, far as possible. Far is not far enough. You can go farther, further. I'm sorry. You can go further. We want to be so away from black culture
Okay.
that we look like two different human beings, which we are, by the
Okay.
way. The coons and the niggas are two different species. That's how
Okay.
we view it.
That's how
It's
you
not
view.
about it's not about us trying to be white. Uh, I'm gonna speak personally. I'm not trying to be white because I don't believe in white. I don't believe in black. I don't
As
believe
you do
race is
believe, you
real.
just said
Race
black
is
culture.
fake.
Hey, don't
Because
forget you
y'all
just
believe
said.
in
Wait,
in
wait.
order in
Clue,
order
hold on,
in
hold
order
on.
for
Let's
me to
just
explain the definition, I have to appeal to you who does believe in race.
hold on.
That's why I said black culture.
Just relax for a second. I just want to clarify something. Now you said earlier you wanted to get away from black culture,
Correct.
so you do actually see race and culture. You do see it, right?
Okay, I see it, but it's not an identity. It's no merit should be placed upon race. That's what I believe.
Okay.
No merit. It's like eye color. You got brown eyes, so what? You're not a part of the brown-eyed race. You just have black brown eyes. It's a biological feature. That's the way I view race.
Okay.
It's just an identifier. It's nothing more than that.
You said it doesn't mean anything. It's just
It
the way you
doesn't
can
mean
know that person
anything,
is
mate.
brown.
It doesn't mean anything to me.
Okay. But you're intentionally making sure that you don't get a black woman, right?
No, I'm not. And this is what I explained on Truism's stream. I've had beautiful, wonderful relationships with black women.
I could believe
I'm not
that.
one of these dudes that say don't date black women. Hell no. I've had great, fulfilling, beautiful relationships with black women. No,
Okay.
I'm not one of those guys. No,
So you're not angry.
no,
I don't.
I'm not
You
angry
know
at
what?
all.
I don't pick that up from you, Clue, and that's why I'm so confused about you. Because and I'm not doing any triangulation. I'm not doing any of that. Because I'm just talking to you about you, and we're not talking about nobody else. Okay.
Okay,
But there are lots of people that seem like they're angry, and they got a
they
whole
are.
bunch of. You're right. They got a whole bunch of built up stuff that don't got nothing to do with anybody present that's actually done anything to them, and it's just based on again race. So
Okay, let
people say they don't believe in. Listen. People say they don't believe in race, but then they turn around, and I'm not talking about one person. I'm talking about there's this whole, save yourself, black man. There's a lot of dudes that's in that, and they're constantly focused on race, and they're constantly reacting against being black. They're
I think
reacting against it. You see
you've
what I
been
mean?
misinformed. I think you've been misinformed about SYSBM. I'm not. let me go on the record and say I'm not a member of SYSBM,
Oh,
but
okay.
I support their movement. I
Okay.
agree with what they're trying to do. I'm not a member myself. I'm not. I'm not a.
To the
I'm not a
members.
knight. I'm
A
not a
member.
knight.
Okay.
But the way I see it, from what I know from them, it's not about women. The Save Yourself Black Man movement is not about women. Women
Well,
are
they
a
shouldn't
part of
talk
it.
about black women a lot for that to be the case. They talk about black
What
people.
they're saving themselves from is Western culture. That's what they're saving themselves from. It's not
Uh,
about women. It's
okay.
it's 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 the culture in this country that they're saving themselves from. It's the cult. The whole cult. It's not about women. It's the culture. The culture in this country is fucked up, May. I know you agree with me on that.
I
The
do.
culture in this country is fucked.
I would go to
And what these
listen.
gentlemen are trying to
If I
do
could go to
is
Saudi
separate
Arabia,
themselves from that culture. It's not
Clue,
about women with these
Clue.
guys.
If
Yes,
I
ma'am.
could, if I could pick myself up right now,
Mm-hmm.
my money, business, and everything, and have the equal ability to go to the Middle East to live, I'd have been gone. I actually looked into teaching in Dubai, but that was going to be short term. And
Dubai, Dubai would be good for you, May.
I know I like Dubai. I've been there.
It would be good for you
Yeah, it's a
because
mix
they,
of
they
what I'm
handle
used to.
the government is very
Mhm.
strict and they don't shine light on bullshit there. Like
Right.
we here over and I love my country so much. I love my country, but we shine light on bullshit here. We we put bullshit on the big screen over here, and they don't do that over there in Dubai in the Emirates.
Middle
They don't
East.
do there. They don't do that there. They don't. And I think that would be great for you, your husband. Move over to Dubai. You have a good life over there.
I agree.
My opinion. Yeah.
But now I have a kid, so it's not about me. When I was talking about moving there, it was when before I had a kid, and it wasn't it's not something I can do at this point because my child has to grow up with her family, extended family. She has her roots already. That was before we had kids. We were thinking about establishing ourselves in Dubai. But now that she's 9, I wouldn't do that to her. But take her away from her grandmother, all of that. Can't do that. Not that far away. But I agree with you. It would have definitely been ideal. So I go to the Middle East as much as I can to keep my sanity because this society is really crazy. It's really crazy. And I'm not gonna sit here like
May
I'm in total order, right? I'm not.
May I don't think you understand. I love my country, but I don't like what's going on today with my country. I don't like it. I don't like modernity. I don't like modern anything. I don't like it. I don't like what we've become.
Tell me the top 3 things that bother you that you would like to change.
Top three things. Okay, shit, it's a lot, but top. What I would like to change is number one. I would like our country to acknowledge that men should run this motherfucking country. That's number one. Number
Okay.
two, I would bring back journalism because we don't have journalism in this country. I know you agree with me on that.
Well, the small
Journalism is
hats
dead in this
don't. The
country.
small hats don't want there to be journalism. They want to
Well,
basically.
that brings me to number three. You brought up small hats. That brings me to number three.
Okay.
And I'm going to say this as politically correct as possible.
And I'll hear you.
I'm going to say it slowly.
Okay.
If I was president, if I was president in 2028,
Mm-hmm.
on January 21st, 2028, I would push a button and a nuclear missile would fly from here to a country that sounds like Izzy
Oh
and nuke
wow.
it, kill everybody. That's
Whoa.
just me. A country
Interesting.
called Izzy, I would
Interesting.
nuke that country if I was president.
Ooh, interesting. Very
I'm just saying.
interesting.
I'm just saying. I'm not gonna say it again because
Now
that
I
could get
got
your
you.
get
I
your
got
channel
you.
knocked down.
I
But
got you.
that's how I
That's
feel.
interesting that you have that perspective. That means you
Those
feel
people
very
are
strong.
demons, May. They're
Huh?
demons. They're
Right.
demons.
Okay. Got you.
Okay, go ahead. I'm
No, no,
whew.
no.
let's go back to your first point. You said that you want or you would like men to be in leadership. What does that look
Yes.
like? That means no women in Congress, no women running for public office. What does that
No,
mean? Like
no,
no
no.
women CEOs? Tell me what it look like.
If I'm in charge, there will be no women in government, period. It'll be
Okay.
all men.
Okay.
That's the way it should be. And when we start bringing women in places of power like that, that's when we got fucked up. That's why this country sucks right now.
Oh, it's women's fault.
It's not women's fault. It's men's fault for putting women in those positions. I'm not blaming the women. Don't get me wrong. I'm not blaming the women. I'm blaming the men that put them there.
Because women don't
It's,
belong in positions of power.
that is 106% correct. That is
As
correct.
as a feminist myself,
You're a
I'm very
feminist?
curious
Oh
of
my
why you
God.
think that penis that you got and what I got is so different that we can't do similar things. I'm curious. Where's your magic?
Did you say
Where-
you're a feminist?
I am a feminist, sir.
Okay. Here's the deal. Women provide a service that is immeasurable. Men provide a service that is immeasurable. These two services are not the same. That's
Hmm.
all I'm saying.
Okay.
What you do, I can't put a price on that. I cannot put a price on what you provide our society as women. I can't put a price on it. It's so valuable and the price is so high, I don't think I can write the number down on paper.
So tell me, what are women doing for society that has a high price? What is it exactly that you see
I'm
women
going to tell you what women did for
do? Okay.
society, not doing today, because what women did for society was the woman would take care of the home while the man fought. The man
Can you?
got out and fought,
Okay.
obtained resources, and the woman took care of shit at home. We're supposed to think that housewives are less than. No.
Most of them are.
One housewife is more
Most of them are.
one housewife is more valuable than 13,000 fucking female CEOs. I'm saying that on the record. One
Okay.
housewife more valuable than 13,000 CEOs of corporate America, female CEOs.
Okay.
Because what do they have to offer? Nothing.
You saying the CEOs have nothing to offer?
Nothing. They
How
have
you figure?
nothing
They
to
they offer
offer,
the
May.
they hold on, wait, Clue. A
Hmm.
female CEO offers the same thing a male CEO offers, which is growth and development and leadership in a company.
Hmm. But what
And
is
a
she
woman
offering at home?
woman who's been to business school
What
and
is she
has the
contributing at home? While she's being the
so
CEO of
basically what you're
Nabisco,
saying,
she's the
hold on.
CEO of Nabisco, but what is she doing at home? Nothing.
Okay, so well, let's say this. There's no one size fits all, Clue. Not every woman wants to be a CEO, but lots of women can be CEOs if they choose to be. Not
But our
every woman has the same position.
but our
Think about that.
country pushes the women to be CEOs, and that's a problem.
But how many CEOs can there really be? So, I mean, I think that's a mute point. Every woman is not qualified to be a CEO. Not every woman wants to be CEO.
But
That's a
our
lot of women.
country is telling all of the little girls in school that they can be CEOs. That is a problem,
They
man.
have a potential to be, absolutely. I'm just trying to figure out what
But
is
you
it.
don't see that's a problem.
I think the problem is we as individuals are not recognizing that people have different talents, gifts, and callings. I think
I
that's the
am
problem.
I am recognizing that. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying.
But there are women who
Her
will have.
talent her
Let me say
talent
this.
is in the house.
Who?
My talent is out there in the world.
That's your opinion.
That's what worked all the way up until the 60s.
That's what I was gonna say. What is your point of reference? You said that women have always been in the home. What is your point of reference? What historical time point are you talking of when
I'm
women
saying
were in the home?
no, I'm saying that women
You said they were. You said they were. So
women
when was that? When was that?
up into the 60s, man.
So you saying the majority of women
They were in the
were
home up until the 60s.
from the 1600s, from the
From the
1800s. What?
beginning of time until 1960, the ladies were at home. They were at home taking
I
care of
think.
shit at home.
I,
That's
okay,
what
so
they were
white
doing.
folks in America. We're talking about white folks in
I'm
America.
talking about all of the folks in the
Well, actually,
world.
black women have always worked since slavery. They've been housemaids and washerwomen and waitresses and all kind of different,
Yeah,
support.
yeah, they took
Black
those
women.
jobs.
Let me just give you something, a point of reference. Black women after slavery, after Reconstruction, were never traditionally in the home. Just not just being like Betty Crocker. That never happened for black women. So we're talking about white America's experiences, I guess. So white women and white people, if we're following that so-called American version of culture, yes, in 19 was it World War I or was it World War II when women went into the factories? Which one was it? War one or two
It
war?
was it was two.
Okay, so World War II is when white women officially hit the workforce.
I'm not talking about the colors. I'm talking about women in general.
Well, we weren't all doing
Women
the
in
same thing.
general were at home.
No, no, no.
When
Because
we
you
took
let
them
me
out the home and put them in the office, that's when shit got fucked up.
okay. Let me just make one distinction here historically. Just let's
Okay.
let's be honest about reality, okay?
Okay.
You said since the beginning of time, but what we got to look at, we have different stories and narratives and histories, and we can go with the white one. I'm good with that, but let's acknowledge that they're different. They have different paths. We got to listen because in the 1600s, 1700, 1800, up until 1863, sorry, 1863, black women had been slaves. Black
Mm,
men had been slaves up to 1863. White
mm,
women may have been in the home, being homesteaders and working on the farm. That was white women. Black women were being slaves, black men were being slaves. So there's a difference in that. After Reconstruction, most black women went into labor, like field labor, sharecropping. Black women always had a job, sewing, seamstressing, all kinds of stuff. So black women never had really an opportunity to be Betty Crocker or Martha Stewart, if we're honest with history, okay?
yes, yes. Actually, yes, you did.
But white women definitely probably had that
Mate,
reality that you're talking about.
mate, mate,
Definitely white women.
mate. You did have a chance to be Betty Crocker, but you gave it up after the New Deal by Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
What year is that?
Uh, I don't, like I said, 60s,
1930s?
50s,
1930s?
when he was president.
I don't remember when that is.
He came up with the New Deal, and then later on, LBJ came up with his society when he
I
was
think it's
president,
1940s.
and then he basically paid y'all to kick your men out of your households so
Oh,
y'all
you
could
go
be
with that
boss
BGS?
bitches.
You go with that BGS narrative? Okay, gotcha. We know that's a
Why
false
the
narrative.
hell did you compare me to
That ain't
BGS? You
because
know that's my mortal
the
enemy, mate.
welfare that
You
took
know
the
that's
black
my
man
mortal
out of the
enemy.
house.
Why did you do that?
I'm obsessed with BGS. You gotta forgive me. I'm obsessed.
Why? That's that's the villain and I'm the hero. Or maybe he's the hero and I'm the villain. But we're at opposite ends of the spectrum. Okay, I'm not like BGS in any way.
I like him. I just want him to turn his. I just want him to turn to the good. He's still working for the evil. I want him to turn good. I'm hoping and wishing he'll turn good one day.
The only way to turn good is to deny race altogether, like I have.
You
Because
you
I'm living
have
a great
you have
life
not denied race.
denying race.
You haven't denied race.
Yes,
Okay,
I
so
have.
you made your point. You made your point. You feel I'm not gonna argue with you. I'm a feminist, and I'm a humanist feminist. I'm not a radical feminist. I'm a humanist feminist, and I believe that individuals are spirits that happen to be, encased in a certain body, and there are gender roles and societal norms on the most basic level that have been assigned by society, just like race has been assigned. But I don't do gender identity politics. I believe that there are, for me, traditional things that women lean towards, and it makes sense in God's design. So I'm a little different in my feminism than some people, but I'm a humanist feminist because I believe that people can choose what they want to do. I don't think that women have to be told that they don't belong somewhere. I don't believe in that. I think all humans have great potential. And that's to each woman to decide what she wants to do. Women don't owe men anything. You understand that? Do you know that? Women don't owe men anything. Do you know that?
Do I know that?
Do you know that for a fact? Women don't owe men anything. They don't owe them to
Actually,
stay
I
out of
disagree with
jobs. They
that.
don't owe them to stay out of government. Women don't owe
Actually,
men marriage, children. They don't owe
actually, I
men anything.
disagree with that.
You think women owe men something?
Women owe men every fucking thing, May.
Oh, here we go.
Let me explain why.
Oh,
We
Lord. Hey,
protect you.
Will, what's up?
Oh, she's gonna derail. We
No, I'm not
protect
derailing
you.
you. She's
You're
not on the
alive because of
she's not on
us.
the panel. She's just in the chat. I said hi.
May, you're alive because of us. Fight that.
You came out of a coochie.
Fight that.
You came out of a coochie.
You'd be dead if it wasn't for us.
You wouldn't be.
Think
You wouldn't
about
have been
okay,
able to
think
eat
about
had
this,
it not
May.
been for your mother.
Think about
What are you
this,
saying?
May. All of our enemies. You know China doesn't like
Oh my
us. You
God.
know Russia doesn't like us. And you know the Izzy land doesn't like us. Why don't the three of those countries just simply conquer us? They don't do it because of the men in this country. That's why. Because if women ruled this country, they would have took this bitch decades ago. And we'd be the United States of China. United States
The
of
United States
Russia.
of Israel.
The
Shit.
United States of
They
Izzy.
already put it.
We
Y'all
would
just
be
put it out there.
we would be under their leadership,
We are.
but because men are here, that doesn't happen.
Oh,
China cannot invade us because men are here. So
Clue,
yes,
Clue,
you
Clue,
owe us. You woman owe us because
Clue.
we've
This,
been keeping you alive for all this time.
oh, dear master.
So you
Becky,
owe us. You need to
I
bow
owe
down,
you
get on your
anything you save
knees,
me. Okay.
and praise us for keeping your ass alive.
Oh, wow.
Yes, women do owe men.
Okay.
Women owe men. I
Oh,
want that on the record. Clue said women owe men. Yes, because without men, there would be no women.
I would
Men
argue
keep
that
women
without
alive.
women, I think it takes both men and women to make balance in the world. Can we agree to that?
But it only takes men to enforce.
That's fine. But
Yeah,
you're trying
that
to
what do you
create
mean
a
that's
had when
fine?
women
That's the
more important.
basis of our argument.
No, I don't have an
That's
argument.
why you owe us, because we enforce shit to
You
keep
owe
you
me.
alive.
Your ass wouldn't be here if it wasn't for a woman. So
Man, you know I love you. You know I
I
love you,
love you
mate.
too, but I'm just gonna tell you that it takes men and women to make the world go round.
You
Do you
never had
understand that?
anybody on the panel to tell you the truth. I understand that. I
You
understand.
no, I'm not arguing with you. I'm just telling you we gotta acknowledge that it takes men and women to make this world.
It
Done.
does. It
Okay.
does. But only men enforce shit. Only
I
men.
think women
Oh,
pull triggers and drop bombs just as easily with their finger, just like a man does. Last time I checked in the military, I'm just saying, women can drop bombs, and there was Margaret Thatcher. There's been a whole the Mexico. They
only
got a
men
female president. Women do
enforce.
plenty. I'm not gonna argue with you about whether women
We're
can
not
do.
arguing. I'm just telling you.
You're
Only
jealous. You
men
say that you're a little jealous.
enforce.
You're a little jealous.
A woman can write a law, but only a man can enforce that law.
Okay. So
You can
you
write the
don't.
Crown Act, but there will be men enforcing the Crown Act.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. So you
Okay?
think that men have a big position to play because they're enforcers. They're the only ones
Yeah.
capable of enforcing
Laws
anything.
do not exist that are not enforced.
Okay. All right. We'll
If
go
you
with
can't
that.
enforce a law, the law is just some writing on a tissue.
Okay. Well, I do just want
Feminism
to.
is also a writing on the tissue if there are no men to enforce feminism for you, May. Hmm?
Okay, I got it. You got some kind of. Hold on, Clue. Let me say this. I do just want to correct a couple of things historically. I would
Okay.
argue that we have what you call soft power. Everything is not about dropping bombs and kicking people's asses. A lot of soft power that works in the world. Negotiations, diplomacy, all of that. With that
Mm-hmm.
being said, China does own the United States and wields lots of power over the United States. We are soon to see when them shells get empty. Next, Israel. This is the United States of Israel. They have basically co-opted our whole country. So all that might and muster and guns and all that, it hasn't made much difference. I just want to say that.
Sadly, I cannot disagree with that.
Okay.
Sadly.
So
That's the
punching
only
people in
thing I
their shit,
disagree with my president on.
punching people in their shit
The
is not the highest order of the day. I'm just saying.
the only thing I disagree with my president on is his connection to Izzy. I'm gonna say Izzy because I'm
I
not gonna
got
say
you.
yeah. His connection to the state of Izzy over there in the Middle East. That's the only thing I disagree. Everything else he's doing, I agree with. His connection, his Zionism, I fucking disagree with that
Do you like the trade
wholeheartedly.
war? Do you like the trade war? Do you think it's going well? Be honest. Do you think it's going
Uh,
well?
I'm gonna say this, mate.
Okay.
I know what he's trying to do. I think it's gonna start off ugly, but I think it's gonna end good for us in America. I think. I
Wait,
think.
you think because we're paying more money for our own stuff now?
What he's trying to do is
But it's not hurting China.
no, hold, wait a minute, mate.
Go ahead.
What he's doing with these tariffs is trying to get these foreign corporations to set up shop here in America. That part I agree with, because if Nike a has a warehouse in America, a lot of people are employed. People get hired. Americans can feed their families. Now the Nike has a warehouse right here in the States. I think that's what he's trying to do.
Okay. Can I
And it's
tell
going to
you?
be ugly at first, like it is now. Now
It's
it's
not ugly.
ugly, but I think it's going to end up really good for Americans.
Clue, I
That's what I
got
think.
bad news for you. They're not coming to the United States. They're not.
Then
They'll never come. They're never coming. And I'm gonna tell you
how do
three.
you know that, mate?
I'm gonna tell you three reasons why. I'm gonna tell you three reasons why. I'm gonna keep it short and simple so I can hear what else you gotta say.
Okay.
One reason they're not coming is because Americans expect somebody to pay them what they call a living wage. They want $20 an hour when they're only worth probably $4 when we really look at the value of what they're doing and their skills. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Second of all, we do not have the machinery within the next 4 years, the factories, the know-how, the industry is not set up for massive. If we wanted to open up 1,000 new factories, it's going to be damn near impossible. The logistics of it's going to take forever. It would be a long-term 20, 30-year plan. Now, if he's going to roll something like that out, that's going to be technology driven, okay. But to have it happen right here and right now so it can pay off during his presidency, he can't open up 1,000 new factories. And so, first of all, the American people are not qualified to do the work, not willing to do the work, and will not be allowed to. We're not going to allow ourselves to be paid very little. That's just not going to happen. And the skill set is not there. We're past the Industrial Revolution. That's where we're at. Second of
Mm.
all, the third thing now, I think if he actually was serious, he would have had a strategy and a plan, and he would have done what you call a tax-free zone. He'd have took a state, maybe like Utah, somewhere out in the fucking boonies. He'd have gave them land. There's lots of countries that do this. They say this is a zone of development. Put your factories here, put your businesses here, bring and invest, and you will not pay taxes for the next 20 years or forever. That's how you bring jobs too. But most of the time, they're going to outsource their people from their former country and have them work in those factories. They're going to source them in. Now,
So,
one thing he could have
mate,
done is he could have taken, I'm not trying to be mean, but he could have taken immigrants, put them in prisons for being here illegal, and had them work for damn near free for some of this so-called factories, guaranteed slave labor. He could have done that.
mate, were you okay with the way things were before Trump?
When you say things, which particular things do you mean?
Regarding what you're talking about, regarding industry, were you okay with us benefiting off of Chinese slave labor? That was okay for you?
I prefer that things be made abroad cheaply and I can be a consumer and we can all consume. I do like
But
that.
slaves were making those
They're
products.
not slaves.
You're
They're
okay
getting
with
paid.
that?
They're getting paid. They're not
They're
slaves.
getting paid slave wages, though.
Compared to the United States dollar, yeah.
So you're okay with the system before Trump? Yes or no?
Yeah, I said I'm fine with that.
Yes. You okay with okay. So you're
I'm
okay
okay
with
with
slave
Chinese. Listen,
labor
let me
as
let me
long
finish my
as it's
statement.
not
Let me
in
let,
the
let
United
me let me
States?
let me Clue, let me finish my statement. Let me finish my statement. I'm okay with Chinese choosing to work for companies that pay them $3 or $4 an hour or whatever the wage is, because it's enough for them and they're signing up. They have a choice. They're not forced.
But
So
you know
yeah,
you
I'm
can't live in China with $4 an hour. You know that, right?
the what?
There's no you cannot live in China for
I don't
four
know how
dollars
much
an
they get
hour.
paid. I don't know how much they get paid, but whatever they get paid
I'm
is less
telling
than
you right
China.
now, you cannot live in China for $4 an hour. So that makes them slaves.
I saw TikTok and they were saying that their cost of housing and their cars and everything, their health care, they were saying they do really good for what they make. They're very happy. That's what they say. Maybe it's propaganda.
Really?
Yeah, on TikTok.
Really?
Yeah. What's up, Deacon Dave?
So those were the people on TikTok were the people making the products for the United States, correct?
They were saying they were average Chinese, and they were. You remember when they tried to first take TikTok, then Americans was talking directly on that other program. I think it was called Red something, Red Dot or whatever. They were saying that Chinese was telling Americans how much they pay for food, for housing, and Americans were pissed.
But those Chinese people on those TikToks were not working in those factories, though. The people working in those factories were not on TikTok.
I thought the majority of China was working in factories. Majority? No,
May
I don't know. You tell me. I'm not gonna be
the
an
people
arrogant
that
act like I
actually
know.
make the people that actually build the iPhone are not they're not on TikTok. Those are slaves.
Okay, I'll take your word
Four
for it.
dollars an hour. You cannot live in China for $4 an hour. You can't.
So are they
It's
homeless? Are they
impossible.
homeless in China? How are they living in China? Are they all homeless?
They're living in a space. They're living in a place that's bankrolled by the company they work for.
That
That's a
sounds like fun.
slave.
Yeah.
That's slavery. Chattel slavery. In chattel slavery, your master provided you with a roof over your head as a slave. You get a roof over your head. You get health care. All right, so you can work. You get the minimum of everything, and you get a roof over your head.
Okay. Well,
Same
let me
thing
say
is
this.
happening for the people building the iPhones in China. They're
Okay.
getting a roof over their head,
Uh huh.
right? They're getting health care so they can be healthy, so they can keep putting those chips in those phones. That's what's happening over there. You're telling me, May, you are okay with that the past 4 years. You're okay with that. You want that to continue.
I guess I'm a piece of shit then.
So sleeves, I'm sorry. So slaves are great as long as they're not in the United States. That's what you're saying. As
You
long
know
as the
what?
slaves are way over there, May is cool with that. Just put the
If,
slaves way over there where I can't see them.
okay.
Just don't put the slaves over here in the United States.
Okay.
That's what May wants.
I have a moral dilemma there. I would agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
There's a moral dilemma there. I want
Mm-hmm.
something for myself that I do not care if others get. I would challenge this idea that they're slaves. I think low paid poor labor, yeah, maybe
Where
slaves. I don't
where in
know.
China can you live
I don't know.
making
Clue,
$4 an hour
clue.
or
I'm not
whatever their equivalent currency is to $4 an hour? Name the spot, name the city
clue.
or town in China you could live making $4 an hour. I want to hear it. I want you to put it on the screen for me.
Okay, clue. Let
Yes,
me be
ma'am.
honest. Let me be honest and humble. I want to go to China, never been to China. I do not know the slightest thing about Chinese culture, like for real, from experience. I don't have any Chinese friends I could even ask. Everything I see is from the TV, and a lot of it could be propaganda. That's
Mm,
my honest answer. I do not know. Those people might
you do not
be
know.
total, let me finish. Those
Yes,
people
ma'am.
might be totally exploited, totally enslaved, and maybe there's some system that's got a bounty on their head and they can't leave. I don't honestly know. Okay? I don't know.
But as long as they're over there, you're okay with it.
I said, yeah, and I have a
Just
moral
don't
dilemma
bring them
there.
here.
I just said, I just said, I have a moral dilemma there. If I'm honest, that's a moral dilemma.
Okay.
You want it honesty? I
Okay.
gave it to you.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So just admit you're okay with slavery. I'm not judging you.
I didn't say
I
it
I
was
did two
slave.
streams that are pro slavery.
I told
I
you I
did
don't know
two
if they're
streams.
slavery.
So Admit
Clue,
that you're pro-slavery, and we're good.
Clue, Clue.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
don't. I just told you that I have not been to China. I don't know their system. I don't know if those people are really enslaved. If they're choosing to work, is
You
communist
said
trying to
they're making
make them do
$4
it?
an hour though.
I don't consider that slavery, considering that the
You cannot
value.
live in China making $4 an
You
hour.
do you do
You
you know about
can't.
China?
Look it
Have you
up.
been to China? Let you be humble for a second. Have you
Look
been
it
to China?
up. Where can you live in
Have you
China
lived in
with a
China?
$4 an hour
Clue,
salary?
Clue. Have you been in China? Have you lived there? Do
I
you
have
know
not.
Chinese
I've
culture?
never been to China.
Okay,
I
so
have
we
never
gotta
been
both
to
be
China.
humble. We both gotta be humble and say we're speculating.
But
Let's do that.
we have to not lie to ourselves.
I'm not
We
lying.
have to
I
understand
understand.
that in order to live in China, you have to make more than $4 an hour.
I honestly don't know because I haven't looked into how much it costs to live in China. I don't
I
know.
have looked in. I haven't been to China, but I have looked into
Well, I'm
the
not gonna
cost
call
of
somebody
living.
slaves.
Four
I'm gonna say
dollars
they
an
live in
hour
poverty.
doesn't get you anything in China, in the
Okay,
entire
the whole Chinese
country of China.
population, the whole Chinese population, Clue, is not outdoors. They're not all homeless. They may live in a form of what we might consider
They
poverty.
live in corporate housing.
Okay, well,
That's my point.
they're in a communist country. I don't
Okay,
control that.
okay, but
I don't control
you're
what they
okay with funding that communist country.
every time you buy something, you're
You
funding
just
it.
admitted it.
You're
You
funding it
said
every time
you're
you buy
okay with what
something.
was going on with before Biden,
Are
before
you
Trump.
boycotting Chinese goods, sir? Have you been boycotting Chinese goods for the past 20 years? Yes or no?
No, I have not.
All right, then.
I'm talking
So
to
you
you
are
on a Chinese
participating.
good.
You are participating. Every goddamn thing comes from China. Come on, man.
I got a Chinese laptop, got a Chinese. Well,
You
this
probably didn't have
microphone is
Chinese
actually
girlfriends.
Australian, but I'm pretty sure there's some Chinese chips in this
You didn't have some
microphone.
Chinese
But
girlfriends?
I wish I had a Chinese
Oh,
girlfriend, to be
wow.
honest. I do.
They be
Why'd
barking. Do
you
you
ask
know
me that
that?
question?
Do you
I
know
wish I
Chinese women be
did.
barking? Clue, do you
Huh?
know that? Chinese
What?
women are very aggressive. You know that?
The Chinese?
Fuck yeah, man. Them bitches will fuck you up. They're very
Really?
aggressive.
I didn't know
Fuck
that.
yeah. Them
Oh,
some
okay.
boss bitches.
You got to put me up on game. I didn't know that.
Chinese, I can't speak on Japanese or no Koreans, but I know about Chinese. Let me tell you something.
They're aggressive for real.
They're very aggressive.
Damn,
This is
I
what.
didn't know that shit.
Yeah, yeah, they really are. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you how I know. What's up, Soul Provider? Um, I lived with Chinese for about 4 years when I
Okay.
first got married. I went to this Chinese restaurant and I told the guy, no, he asked me, I was eating there. He asked me, did I want a job? And I had a job. And he said, you come, he asked me how much they pay. I'll pay you more. And then I came there and he said, well, I want to bring you into the Chinese system. I said, what the hell is that? He said, it's called Laoban. And I was like,
It's called
Laoban? What
what?
means that?
What? Say that again.
Laoban. It means boss.
Oh, okay.
And it's kind of a communist form of living. So I lived in this communist form of living for about 3, 4 years with my ex-husband. So I was about 18, 19, 20, I think. Yeah, 18, 19, 20 when I was living with them. And so the Laoban, what they do is you have what you call the boss, the, the,
Hmm.
the, the top tier guy. And he's the one who owns all the access to finance, money, resources. So this guy, his name is Dan Wayne. That's who, we've been knowing each other for years. I've kept up with him all these years. But he's from China and he has a wife named Grace. And they had 3 different restaurants, Howl Dragon, and he had 2 more, Tong's Kitchen, and another one. I think it was Golden Buddha. And he ran those 3 restaurants. And so if you are doing the Chinese system, he says, you come and you live with the boss. I said, what? He was like, yeah, because we share everything. And I was like, okay, we'll try it. He says, I don't pay you. You stay with me and you make your money from tips. And if there's any extra salary, I'll give it to you on the side. But your water, your electricity, and your rent, he said, you don't even have to pay for gas or car. He said, I will drive you to the restaurant with me. And then the other person who's working at the other restaurant, him and his family. So you and your family move in with the Laoban. He has a 4-story, big ass, huge mansion house. And so we have like our own floor, you know? And what they do is collective food. So they have a housekeeper nanny that lives there. And she cooks for everybody. So I had to learn how to eat Chinese food, noodles and stuff. And she cooks for everybody. So I don't have to pay for food, don't have to pay for my own car or gas, transportation. And me and my ex-husband lived like that for 3 years. We really came up. It was a really good system. It's kind of a communism system.
You don't think that's slavery though, May?
I worked for him and I came
You
up.
just admitted. You
I
just
came
admitted
up.
that it was corporate housing for these people.
It was his house. And the nanny who
It's
took care
corporate
of his
housing.
children, the nanny who took care of his children, her whole family lived there. So technically, it's a communal situation where everybody is benefiting. I think
May,
his house probably
May,
was a $4,000 a month house. But
May,
imagine, hold on,
May. Let me,
imagine if I had to pay my own rent, me and my husband, and then his nanny and her family had to pay their own rent, and the cook to the other restaurant and the other cook, all of us that lived there, and we weren't cramped. It was a very upscale neighborhood.
May.
What?
If if I start a business and I hire you and I tell you that you have to live in our corporate
What's up,
housing,
Big J?
if I if you have to live in our corporate housing, you're a slave. Because if I fire
Right,
you,
right,
if I fire you,
right.
not only are you unemployed, but you're homeless.
Oh wow.
That's slavery.
Can somebody weigh in? Y'all weigh in the chat. Do y'all think that the Laubine system of
Deacon
communal
Dave, let
living
me ask Deacon Dave. Deacon Dave,
is that
I
slavery?
got this big
I can
corporation.
leave anytime I want.
I got this big corporation.
Take
I'm gonna
privilege
hire
away.
you, Deacon Dave. You're gonna work for me, and I'm gonna put you up in a nice house, right? So that means you got to do what I say, because if
No,
you don't, not
no,
only are you fired, but you're homeless at the same damn time. That's slavery. Because if you're fired, you can't live in my housing
that
that I
wasn't
put you up
slavery.
in, Deacon
That
Dave.
wasn't slavery.
That's slavery. That's literally slavery.
No,
That's what
Sean.
they did. That's what they did in chattel slavery. They put they put these guys in houses, told them to work, and if they didn't work, they lost the house. They lost everything. They
Chinese are
own
brilliant. Chinese are brilliant. And I think the Laubine system would actually
slavery.
the Laubine system would actually help Americans come up, to be honest with you. It would really help them. I came up during the Laubine system. I'm telling you, I did. Saved a ton of money. Lots of money. It was good for me.
Big J said we live in slavery now. He is absolutely correct.
Oh,
Absolutely correct. It's a different reform premium slavery that we're living in. Because
he said premium.
what the masters did, the master said we're going to get together and we're going to give them money so they won't feel like slaves. So we'll give you money so you won't feel like a slave. So instead of us providing you with housing, we're going to give you the choice of where you want to live.
Can you define
Because we're
slave for
giving
me?
you money, you can live where you want to live,
Can you
right?
define slave for me?
Because we're giving you money, you can buy the food that you want. You don't have to eat our shitty food. You can
Clue.
buy the you can go to Publix and Kroger and buy your own premium food with the money we give you. So you're not really a slave, right? Because we're
Clue.
giving you money, right?
Clue.
Fuck it, it's still slavery. It's just
Clue.
premium slavery.
Are you there, Clue?
Shout out to Big J. He said it. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You just get on these rants. You're getting kind of old. That's what old people do.
I'm an old nigga. I'm
How old are you?
45. I'm
How old are you?
45. 45. 45.
I'm older than you, so you
You're
shouldn't be
older than
acting like
me.
that.
You don't
I'm,
look older than me.
I'm
Ooh.
47.
You don't look
Well,
47.
thank you. I appreciate that.
Ooh. I
I
seen your
appreciate.
picture.
Yeah, I'm all right looking, but I think
I thought you were younger than me, like
fuck
41 or
no. I'm
42.
40. I'm an old dog. I'm an old dog. I'm an old dog. I love me some Clue, but Clue, you're crazy. You're
I
crazy,
am
man.
crazy. I am
You are. You're
crazy.
nuts.
Yes, I am. I am very crazy. Yes.
You're nuts. Uh oh, got a guess. Let's see who it
Somebody
is.
else coming up? Big J,
Yeah.
please
Uh
tell me
oh.
it's you. Big
All
J in
right.
the motherfucking building, my
How
man,
about this
Big
show?
J.
All right. What's up, DJ?
Well. Here's the thing.
Celebrities in this
Um,
bitch.
All right.
we do live in slavery. Wage slavery. Those of us who
I
who
agree.
make those of us who make under $25 an hour are wage slaves. Yes, you working, but you only working just to survive. You ain't working to live.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Exactly,
Like,
Big J.
okay, like somebody, like let's use our healthcare system we have today, right?
The dog.
We can, you know, we can. Some of us can't really quit quit the jobs that we hate because we need our healthcare.
Right?
That's wage slavery. I can't quit this stupid ass job I have. This job I have to worry about, you know, that pay me peanuts. I can't quit that job because I have to get high blood pressure medication. Or I have to get this and that. What if now broke my leg or broke my ankle the next day? Well, I need that, you know, based on what I do, you know, based on the job I have and based on what I do when I'm off work. I need my health care insurance just in case, just in case I get kicked in the head or I fall off a horse or or some tree branch I'm trying to cut land on top of my ass. So you are a wage slave. Now this is the reason why I'm for Medicare for all, but that's a whole
Pardon me, Big
different
J.
thing.
Mate, I'm gonna be back in about 10 minutes. I gotta take care of something. I'll be back in about 10 minutes. All right, I'll be right back.
Okay, go ahead. So yeah, I don't know why he left. I find that suspicious. But anyway, let's keep it moving though. You know, we already living in slavery. Why? Because there ain't no overseer and there's no whips and chains. There's no, you know, some bars. No, we're shackled in by monetary contracts. You know that's why, man, we having suicides going up. That's why we having a drug abuse going up. Everybody want to talk about fentanyl. I'll tell you what. Instead of y'all worrying about stopping fentanyl at the Mexican border, why don't you start giving people hope in this country so they don't have to get involved with fentanyl and any other type of drugs or alcoholism or so forth. I'm just saying, you know, um, that's why I said I jumped off the cliff. I'm being very cryptic when I'm saying, yeah, I jumped off that cliff already, and my hand was forced to do it. Uh-oh, where is May at? Well, I'll go ahead and talk. I don't know what happened. Hold on, let me see who's in the private chat. No, no, May. We can't hear you, May. We can't hear you.
Hey, can you hear me?
I hear you now.
Okay, hold on.
It's very it's not loud, but yeah, but I hear you.
Okay. I'm not sure what happened. What happened to Clue?
He said though he'll be back in 10 minutes.
Oh, he dropped off. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So I'm back. All right. So I got the microphone on. I don't know what happened. It's like I got kicked out or something. I came back in. Can you hear me okay though?
I'm hearing like burp sounds. That's what I'm hearing.
Oh wow. Let
Mm-hmm.
me try again. Let me let me try. Let me check my audio. I'm not very good at this. iPhone. Okay, I'm gonna do echo. I took off echo cancellation. How about now?
Yeah, you good.
Okay, I took off echo cancellation. Maybe that's it. I'm having to learn by doing. So you think that for the most part, people are enslaved?
Yes.
Yeah, I can
Cause
see that. You can't go anywhere because you do have all these things. You need your health care. You got your 401k. You got all this stuff invested, right?
mm-hmm. like okay, like I can't just go get me another job. Back then I can quit my job. If your job suck, a person can get up, you know, find another job, put 2 weeks in, notice, and move on to the other job, right?
Right.
Now though, because of how Obamacare work, and I'm not trying to condemn Obamacare, like you have to be on health care for at least a good year, right? To get, well, I'm sorry, you have to be employed for a year at least, or 6 months or something like that to uh to get health insurance.
I didn't know that.
So yeah, so you can't just quit and move on. Like you can't just quit and just, oh, I'm going to this job. The clock goes. The clock had to start over again. So you got to
Right.
wait another year till you are acceptable to get any type of health care. And the cheapest one is Obamacare.
So there's every incentive for you basically to stay exactly where you are and tolerate whatever wage or circumstances you're dealing with. Basically,
Right, right.
you can only lose for the most part unless you're getting a job with bigger benefits and more money. You only stand to lose, and then you still lose a little bit because, like you got a certain level of uncertainty. Like you said, you got to start over your health care with maybe a new healthcare provider. There's
Hmm.
distractions. It is complicated. The older you are, the harder it is to just be nimble, to just get the fuck on when you want to. It's hard.
Because things happen. When I was 29, well, I ain't gonna tell you my business, but when I was dying, right?
Okay.
Um, my worldview changed after that episode. Um, when you how can I say it? When you I see why Luigi did what he did. That's why I'm not even sitting there. Oh, that was wrong. No, no, I'm sorry. I agree with Luigi. All right, I'm not. You know, um,
You
you
snatching
know,
people's life and their health.
yeah, yeah, by denying them health care. That's why I sympathize with Luigi, and I'm thinking about donating to him. But
Oh
anyway,
wow.
that's yeah. I'm at that point.
You gangster
Yeah,
with it. You gangster.
yeah. Because the thing is, though, people need help. You know, you can't complain about the American. See, it's like with Ty City, right. Grandpa sold this country out. Grandpa sold this country out. Soon as Grandpa, I'm talking about the white man.
Right.
Soon as Grandpa sold Grandpa's country. And yes, I'm stealing Ty City's points, talking points. I'm
It's all
stealing it.
good.
Yeah, I'm borrowing it for right now because it makes sense.
A lot of people
'Cause-
listen to him, so they know it's coming from him. They know. I
Yeah,
know.
you see, they want to go back to 1945, right? Where, well, you know what? That's a whole. You know what? I'm gonna talk about that later. That's
No,
a
that's
whole
what that's
other.
what Clue was saying before you came up. He was talking about some old 1945 America.
Yeah, yeah. Like they want to go. That's why Trump won. They want to go back to 1945. Listen. From 1,000 years from now, people going to say 1945 was the year that changed everything about humanity, because you can't. All the European empires, the Europeans used to have Africa and Asia and the global South within its grasp. Black people around the world got into the civil rights movement. You can't turn women got freed into the workforce. You can't turn back that. You can't turn it back. It's impossible. And and what what Grandpa did, Grandpa's country did, is during the 1980s, he sold because he was giving black people jobs, giving women jobs, and giving Hispanic jobs, getting everybody else jobs. But then he took those companies and he sold it to China. So Grandpa sold this country out.
Right.
And now though we're living in what, late stage capitalism.
It's gonna implode itself.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
a joke that keeps rewriting its own punchline.
right. Look, ever since COVID, I mean, ever since the pandemic. I'm sorry, I shouldn't even say that word. Ever since the pandemic, suicides, drug abuse, spousal abuse
Mm.
has been on a rise.
I feel
So,
like the pandemic was a change somehow. People call it a reset and all kind of stuff. Something about that, it's changed America. Something.
it changed the world, but
Hmm.
it changed the world, and I think that pandemic kind of created another layer of uncertainty and discontent. It actually exposed the world a side of itself that nobody else don't want to admit. The sinister behind the smile. Everybody up in there. It's kind of like that movie Smile, right? You're
Right.
smiling, but like you're doing evil. A smile is supposed to bring happiness, but that smile is bringing terror, fear, and 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 grief. It's kind of like the Joker on Batman. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
You're bringing all this chaos that nobody that bringing all this grief and chaos, but then it's a facade. You're smiling,
Absolutely.
but that smile is not to cheer me up. It's there to laugh at you or laugh at me
Hmm.
at
It's
my
a
own.
wicked. It's a wicked little, a little wicked grin. All
Right,
of it.
right, right.
And Clue,
So
Clue just came back on stage, and I have to say, we
What's
were
up?
just talking, Clue, about this idea of resetting the world. What me and Big J was just talking about at 1945, 1950. You know what's gonna hurt your feelings most, Clue? Is this capitalism that is gonna eat itself? Is that you could bring all those factories here and you could try to pay people decent wages. Those factories probably would never come, and whatever they would produce would be like a $25 trash can. So it's gonna hurt your feelings when Americans don't even want to buy American because of the cost. Capitalism
Are
will
you
eat
saying
itself.
it's a fool's errand, May?
I'm telling you what's going to happen if you were to do it. That's why nobody's going to do it. A
Okay.
$25 trash can, nobody in America wants to buy it just because it's American made.
Okay. But I think some factories that are overseas will set up in America because of the tariffs. I
But what they're going
think
to produce, when they produce what they're going to produce here, paying American, creating American jobs, and Americans don't want to work for less than $20 an hour, that's going to be a $50 trash can. Now, the question is when you put that $50 American trash can, American made, American job trash can on the shelf at the Walmart next to the Chinese $10 trash can or $5 trash
May
can, what's going to happen? Tell me.
May
Capitalism.
I'm gonna tell you I'm gonna tell you what should happen, and that's why I brought up slave labor in. I brought up the topic of slave labor in China. I think we should bring back slave labor here.
why?
Clue. Really?
I got two
Really?
videos about it
Really?
detailing how it would play out. It has nothing to do with race. Nothing to do with race.
Who gonna be your new slaves? We're gonna entertain you. Who gonna be your new slaves? Who the
Who's
new
going to be
slaves?
the slave? I'm gonna tell you who the slaves are.
Who are they? Yeah, you hear this, Big J? Big J, you
Criminals,
hear this?
criminals of all colors, all races and creeds. Criminals will be the new slaves here. In my regime, here, if I'm president in the United States, there are going to be slaves of every color.
Okay.
People who
Let me
commit
tell you.
crimes, people who are violent, they will make the iPhones.
Let
Because
me tell you
think
how that's
about
gonna
this.
play
Think
out.
about
Hold on,
this.
Clue.
Uh
Clue.
huh. Uh
Clue.
huh.
Clue. Hold on. Give me a second. I
Okay.
heard you. I want to respond real quick. Let me tell you how that's gonna play out. This idea. When we talking about capitalism, we trying to make money here. We don't give a damn about nothing else but money. Let me tell you how that's gonna play out. If criminal class becomes the new slave class, then guess what? Every single time somebody do something, guess what? Racial profiling will come into play. You're gonna end up having a whole Clue's gonna be minding his own business, and it's
Not my
all of a
slavery.
sudden,
Not my
Clue
slavery.
Clue is gonna be a criminal, and then Clue gets to be part of the slave class. You
May,
see how that
may,
works?
may,
You see how that
may.
works?
Not my slavery. We're gonna do away with this whole race thing. in
You can't do away
my
with race.
regime, when I'm
You can't do away
President
with it.
Clue,
Oh
when
Lord.
President Clue gets in office, the slavery has nothing to do with race. The slavery is about your behavior in
Yeah, and
America.
people can interpret your behavior and say you're a criminal, just like that man who's in El Salvador. He ain't did shit. He's like a takes care
You
of
talking about the
children and got a
president of
family.
El Salvador?
No, sir. They sent a man who is illegally in the United States. No, no, wait. He's actually, I think he's got a citizenship. I believe. Big J, can you tell
No,
me?
no, 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 no. What happened was with
Yeah,
him
explain it.
is they allowed him to stay because if you go back to El Salvador, uh, I'm out, he will be deleted. When he first got here, the immigration allowed him to stay. The government allowed him to stay because his life was in danger. That's why they allowed him to stay.
But was he
That's
Venezuelan
that's
or
that's why.
he wasn't? Was he Venezuelan though, Big J?
I think it was El Salvador. I'm not sure. It was part of that Latin America gang, you
Oh,
know.
okay. So
So
he
yeah,
accused. They
that's
accused
why.
him with no due process.
Right, right. But I think though, if we're gonna do something like this, right? Um, I think reintroducing slavery it would be the worst idea to do, right? Because especially among the criminal class, yes, yes, let them work, fine. I'm for that. Let them work and let them create things, right? But at the same time, if you going, we already have a prison industrial complex. So why
Yeah.
add on to the prison industrial complex that will try to, it's like trying to feed into somebody might frame me or some police officer might frame you or because they need a tax base because the county government needs money. They needs quotas, arrest quotas. So 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 in order to feed into those factories that criminal slaves are going to be working in, you know, it's going to satisfy the greed within the county government,
Correct.
county and
Correct.
cities.
That's
So
capitalism.
that's a problem. But what I would like to do, right? Um, I think to stop the problem, and well, actually, I believe it's too late now, but it's too late to stop was coming. But I would like to see. Well, I was entertaining another idea, but I think that we need to start having a space tax. Now I'm
Huh?
thinking about this. No, no, I want
Space
hear
tax?
no, hear me out, right? I want y'all to hear me out.
No, I like
I
I like the title. Just go ahead.
Now there are billions of Earth asteroids surrounding the Earth, right? Now we could use that money as the United States government, capture the asteroid, and sell nickel, iron, copper, whatever is on this asteroid to other countries for debt. Also, since it's ownership by the United States government, whenever time they sell it, um, the proceeds go to because the government does not create. Government always takes, not create. So where profits are made, it should go back to the people. I'm just saying. That's a
Now, do
whole.
you have a basis for this? Does somebody have a model to bring asteroids in? Have you heard of that?
Oh yeah. Um. There's a YouTube channel that was talking about tethering using satellite to tether, create a tether to the asteroid for mining and take but and take materials and the copper and nickel from it and use it for building bases, the base on the moon and stuff. Um, but for me, if we're going to talk about how um, do another type of tax where the government is benefiting is giving benefits to the people without taxing everybody to death. I think though we should take some of that Pentagon money, the money from the Pentagon, instead of using for warfare, uh, use some of that for mining purposes, and sell all the iron, the nickel, whatever material, whatever useful material there is on it, and sell it on the market to China, or every other country that we own debt, or our debt to.
Okay,
You
so
know,
processing rare minerals and rare earths and valuable stuff from about in space. Um, I I hear you. I don't know, how practical the science is to be able to do something like that, but I would say we got to put the capitalism back in there. What's going to happen? Do the capitalists owe any of us anything? No. Somebody like Elon Musk would become a tyrant over space, declare that this is their territory because they're colonizers, and they would proceed to make themselves mega million, billion, trillion zillionaires. You know what I mean?
well,
I
well,
predict that.
well, the 1967 Outer Space Treaty would stop that. You know,
Well, you see how they value treaties, don't you? The
right?
white
Right. I
man.
know. I know. I know. But
You
I,
see how
I,
they
I just,
value treaties and
yeah, yeah. I
agreements.
know. I know. They
Mate,
don't value treaties, but I'm just saying, the Outer
It's
Space
an
Treaty
idea.
of 19. Yeah, it's the idea. It's kind of like the Georgian tax. You ever heard of the Georgian tax?
Mm-mm.
Henry George tax, the tax that Henry George created, where it's a land on tax. Unused land, people, the rich will pay unused land. It's something like that, but it's in outer space, since nobody ain't owning anything in outer space. But anything that's near a near Earth asteroid, we can extract the material and use it for our benefit.
Yeah.
You know.
mate,
Yeah.
I have a share screen. This is a video that's 2 years old about my slavery plan.
Now you want me
If
to
you
share
could
the
pull
screen?
it
I
up
don't
and
know how to
just
do it.
watch it,
I don't know how to share a screen though.
you see at the bottom, you see my name twice. Click the one that's in gray.
I'm on my phone. Y'all, I'm not technologically savvy. Godly.
You don't
Okay,
know how to share screen, and you're a content creator.
I'm not a
What's up?
content creator. I point and shoot, brother. I point and shoot.
Pull up my video. Come
I
on,
can't. You play it on
it'll
your
be
channel.
great. I can't play it. You're the host. I can't.
I can't do it because I
Only
don't know
you can
how.
pull it up.
Yeah, yeah,
All I
yeah. But Deacon, yes, yes, Deacon.
Oh,
Anybody that,
mate, you failed me, mate.
yeah,
I
but
did
Deacon,
'cause I don't know how.
but Deacon, I see Deacon said anybody, he never heard that anybody who made less than $25 is a wage slave. Yes, it is. Because, okay, how much a light bill? Maybe $100 on a cheap. I pay $100 on for light bill. That's just me, a single man, right? A single man living alone. That's $100, right? I don't. If I add on, let's say I had a wife and some kids, right? That
Uh
that's
huh.
not that's not that's not suitable.
Big J,
You got car insurance. You got the phone bill.
Big
You got
J.
you got all this. Huh? Go ahead.
What's wrong with having slavery here in America?
Because
Because
you
you're gonna
go
end up a slave. That's why.
because
You're
yeah,
gonna end
because
up
sooner or later you gonna end up a slave.
your black
Behavior
ass.
behavior based slavery. If you commit a crime and get convicted, and you happen to be um, a tech expert, then you get to make the new iPhone. What's wrong with that?
Oh God. Oh
And
God.
what's
What's
Go
gonna
wrong
ahead,
with
Big
that?
J.
stop and
Go
what's
ahead.
gonna stop you to put some type of virus inside that
No, no. The
electronic device.
slaves are being supervised, so they can't sneak anything in. They're being supervised by people who are paid high wages.
But you just said though, what if you were a tech person who went to prison?
Yeah.
You might create a computer virus or some type of thing where it
No,
saps
no. You're
somebody
in
else's.
prison. You're in prison, Big J.
It
We
doesn't
control
matter.
the prison. The
If
warden controls what goes on in the prison, Big J. So the
you
warden
cannot
is
knives be
supervising
made
this
made
guy.
inside knives been made inside prison, shanks been made inside prison, so you can't you can't
But
just
the road signs are also made by prisoners. That's supervised. Why isn't there a
Yeah,
road
but look,
sign with a secret message
but
saying,
those road
fuck
signs,
Trump on the back of it? Because they are being supervised when they make
y-
those signs. So you're
yeah,
not
but
gonna see
those
a fuck
road,
Trump on the back of a
yeah, but
road
the
sign.
road signs is for the government. The road signs is for the government to 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 enforce its traffic, the traffic of goods and services moving to and fro. It's not and not they're not building something that benefit all of humanity, and they sure ain't benefiting themselves either.
Y'all, real quick, welcome Deacon Dave. You had mentioned him and he came up.
What up, Deke?
What's up? What's going on, folks?
I want to hear his voice.
I ain't nothing. I'm just chilling with the baby for the,
He's talking on a
parenting.
rotary phone from
It sound
1983.
bad. I'm gonna plug up the mic. It sound bad.
Turn your sound up a little bit.
Oh, she want a hug, huh? Mahogany Root said she wants some hug. Yeah, I hug her.
Hit the link, Mahogany. Hit the link. Talk to us. We're just chilling. You can see we're
Yeah,
getting along here. Mahogany,
yeah,
hit the
yeah.
link and talk to
Yeah.
us.
They
I
talking
go ahead.
about asteroids and slavery and shit. This is real
Yeah, but
interesting.
we're all getting along. So hit the link, Mahogany.
Yeah. I go ahead and hug her. I hug her all night long. But anyway, here's
Uh
the
I
oh.
thing.
know you
Uh
would, Big
oh. Big
J.
J's nasty
You know,
talk
Big
time.
J
yeah.
likes Mahogany.
She's cute. She's beautiful.
Yeah, she's okay. She's
Yeah, I hug
okay.
her all night long.
That's
You
why
know.
Truism don't like her because he know he could never get a black woman that looked that good in his life. He
Truism is
angry
a
about
married
it.
man. He
He
don't
ain't
want any
whatever.
woman but his wife.
Okay.
He don't
Well,
want anybody other than
I'ma
Mrs.
shut up.
Truism.
I'ma be quiet. I'ma be
Oh yeah,
He
quiet.
don't want
yeah.
any
I ain't
woman other
saying
than Mrs. Truism.
Okay.
I ain't saying anything. I ain't
I
saying
ain't
anything.
saying shit. I'm gonna be quiet.
I don't know why you mad at the cat.
I'm
He
Yeah.
not
loves his
mad at him
wife. He
because he's
loves
a
his
fake
life.
coon. I'm mad with him because he's a fake coon.
Huh?
I said I'm mad with him because he's a fake coon.
How do you fake a
I
coon?
think I think he's a real coon like
He's
me.
not.
We're
He's
real
not.
coons over there.
No, y'all fake as hell. None of y'all was real coons.
No,
Y'all
we're
y'all
real. I
fake.
told you the definition of a
Y'all go
coon.
get y'all with some
I
raggedy
told
women,
you
and then
the
y'all be like,
definition of a
"What? I got
coon.
me a white woman. I'm a coon. Get out of
It
here."
ain't about. That's the thing, y'all.
Hey,
May, it's
listen,
not
listen,
about
listen,
white.
listen. Mahogany,
Being a coon has nothing to do with white. Being
It's
a
called.
coon
Mahogany.
It's
is all about disconnection from nigga. That's it. It has
that's
nothing to do
it.
with white.
Well,
We're
like,
disconnecting from nigga. That's all we
well, like,
do. That's our
like
only job. We
Mahogany.
have one job, May. One job. Disconnect from nigga. That's it.
Mahogany said, "I said hugs and kisses." What's that's what XOXO means. I understand, but I'm just saying, I ain't saying anything else. I said hug all night long.
He
What's the
said
problem
hug
with
all
that?
night long.
Hit the
Hug
link
all
and
night
talk to
long.
Big J. Mahogany. Hit the
She
link.
said
Talk
she
to
with
Big
her
Hug
J.
all
mom.
night long.
She's shopping.
Talk to
I know.
Big. Talk to my
She
homie
shopping
Big
anyway.
J. Talk to my homie Big J. Hit the link.
Let me ask Deacon a
You want
question.
me to
Deacon
play
Dave.
this video?
Yeah, 1 second. Let me ask Deacon Dave a question real quick. Deacon Dave,
What's
can you
up?
say what you had to say when you was your thought when you came up here first of all, and then I have a
No,
question.
no, no. I'll jump in whenever. I'll just, I like the way
Okay.
these two they can feel the airspace pretty good, so that's good. I'm just
Okay.
chilling.
I have a question for you. You consider yourself a coon, Deacon Dave?
Nah, but most of the people who know me do.
I'm a
Oh,
coon.
okay.
Full coon.
so
Full
so I,
coon.
I I lean into it.
You lean into it. Okay.
Yeah, and
All
then
right.
what I think is unique about most of the guys that you interact with is that they're actually the married ones. Most of us married guys don't have a preference either way as far as giving somebody like uh, a little bit extra rope, or we don't really care what these people or how they feel about things. We have no bias.
May, can I ask you a question?
I want us to eventually get into a science of the coon 'cause I think this is deeper. It's like
May,
it's a lot of levels to this shit.
May, can I ask you a question?
The principles of a coon.
May,
Yeah, go ahead. Ask me a question, and then you play a video. Let's go
how
ahead.
much how much do you want me to cash app you to get Mahogany to hit the link and talk to Big J? Because I
I
think
ain't
that
got
would
to
be an
give her no
interesting
money.
conversation.
I
They
don't
never
care.
they never spoke before.
You got to cash app her to get her to come up.
So
Not me.
you don't want me to cash app you.
No, you
You
cash
got to
app
let her
her.
up though.
I ain't gonna interrupt.
Okay. You got to let her up. That's what I said. You got to
As
let
long as
her
she
up.
hits the link, I let her up. No problem.
So mahogany,
Mahogany.
how much would it
Mahogany.
cost to get you on
Mahogany.
the
I think
panel to talk to Big J and the rest of us shut up? How much?
And I'll go
Mahogany,
on
put
mute.
it.
Oh,
no.
Drop your cash app and put the
I'm not
amount.
white woman only. I'm not white woman only. You know, I go
Drop
both sides of
your cash
the
app,
table.
Mahogany. Let's get you on the panel. Talk to Big J. We'll mute up and y'all can just talk. You know what I'm saying? We're
yeah,
matchmakers over here.
Mahogany's a little
Shit.
bit older than me. But I don't think Mahogany would go at me because I'm a little bit younger than she is. So yeah, she's not.
She
You know,
keeps saying
I
not
definitely
right
would not.
now. Mahogany. How much would it cost to get you on the panel?
I'm
Mahogany.
younger than her, so I don't think though she would. You know, yeah.
Mahogany Roots and MJ. How much does it cost to get you on the
Anyway,
panel? What's the amount? Put it in
You
the
sound
chat,
like you
please.
excited for yourself, Clue.
No, I'm a matchmaker.
Oh, oh,
We're matchmaking here.
you
yeah.
went from a slave maker to a matchmaker. All right.
Exactly. So
Okay.
how much, Mahogany? Put it in the chat. How much to get on the panel and talk to Big J while we mute up? We'll mute up. Mahogany, Big J, only people talking on the panel. How
All right, but
much?
let's leave her alone until she put a number in. If she don't put no number in, she's not interested. Okay. What's
Oh,
this video
everybody
about?
has a
How long
price,
is it?
May.
What's it?
Everybody has a price.
What's this video? And how much it costs to get you to stop being a coon?
Well, you're gonna have to kill me. You're gonna have to kill me.
Oh
That's the
Lord, he
only way to
dedicated.
get me to stop being a coon is you're gonna have to put 2 bullets in the back of my head. That's the only way.
Wow. Okay. How long is this video and what is it about?
No, you don't have to watch the whole video. This is just 2 years ago I did a video saying that slavery could be good for America.
Make it play. I don't know how to do it.
No, I have to make it play. Hold on,
Oh, okay. I
hold
don't
on.
have
I
to.
got it. I got you. I got you.
hey, Clue, this was an amazing stream, by the way. Underrated. I suggest everybody watch this in its
Okay.
entirety.
I appreciate that, D.
Uh-oh.
Let me play that. Oh, let me skip over that. That's the intro. Shout out to Outcast. Yeah.
You do your time as a slave. Because my thinking is you being in prison is not benefiting me directly. I mean, it's benefiting me if the crime you committed was against me. But what if the crime you committed has nothing to do with me? How can I benefit off of your bullshit? Slavery. Yes. Yes. And one of the examples I gave on Pastor Stream at the end of it was, let's say Bill Gates committed a violent crime.
Yep.
Putting him in prison is not going to benefit society. Breaking big rocks and turning them to little rocks like they do over there at the Quentin Dickey Mining Company is not going to benefit society. Bill Gates is a smart dude. He's a talented dude. So he committed a violent crime. He should be, well, a slave. Do what you do that made you a billionaire. Do it for free for society for a number of years under the guise, the auspices of the slave class. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? Am I a bad guy for suggesting something like that? Apparently I am. It's a bad thing. Talk like that. You take the people, you find out what their credentials are in real life. You find out how they traded in real life. You find out what they did for a living in real life. After they commit the crime, you have them do that shit for free for America for an amount of time as a slave. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? Why can't we do that? Why can't we say that? We should be able to do that. Because for certain criminals, rehabilitation won't help them. No. Rehabilitation won't help the person that thinks it's a good idea to shout out, and I'm going to keep this YouTube clean as I can, to shout out an underage individual, a minor. Prison is not going to help that person. So why can't we use their body as fuel for our economy?
Preach.
Think it's a
Okay.
good idea to
All right.
touch little girls.
All right.
You want me
You
to
missed
pause
one
it?
thing.
You want
Yes,
me to pause
pause
it?
that
Okay.
real quick. You missed one thing.
We'll
I got to
use your body
criticism.
as fuel for our economy.
I have one criticism. How do you enforce it?
It's enforced by the United States government.
I'm saying you have a prisoner who committed a murder. They go to prison, right? I guess let's say they're a stockbroker, so you use their stock trading skills to
Yep.
come up with some monetary gain for them being in prison to pay
Yep.
off this debt. We're assuming at the rate that they were making on the outside. Let's say they were doing that. What if they go into prison, they purposely make bad trades, or they say no?
Well, the way to
So,
enforce it,
so
the
he's
way
asking how do you make it sabotage proof, I guess. Sabotage?
Right, exactly.
yeah.
Or how do you make sure that they either one use the skills that they have, or sabotage proof pretty much.
Yeah. You use the threat of death. That's how you do it. If you
Oh,
don't hit the numbers that we need to hit, you will be 2 bullets will be put in the back of your head and you will be put in the ground.
I guess I kind of
So
answered my.
they're working in order to live for that
I guess
amount of time.
yeah. So they could get out because when they go to jail, their amount is set. I see what you're saying. So that would be the motivation. So in order to get out, you got to generate this much revenue.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
so an incentive program as well as a punishment program.
Yeah, that's how it
Okay.
works.
Okay, now I think I'm not going to go back and forth with you, but I do believe in this capitalistic system. I believe there would be a police officer who'd be on a payroll to pick up whoever they think they can get away with picking up,
No.
which is probably going to be, hold on, let me finish. It's probably going to be people who are in poverty, people who do not have access to lawyers, people who are lower in class and probably lower in skill. Those are probably the people they're going to start picking up.
The
I want
police have
look,
nothing
look,
to
like
do with
bounty
this.
hunters, like bounty hunters. I
The
want
police
for
have
every
nothing to do
hold
with
on,
this.
clue. Let me finish. But the police do the arresting. Police do arresting. So they would be incentivized through some kind of bounty hunter program because it almost happened with these illegals. At one point in Mississippi, they were saying they were going to create bounty hunters that could go out and chase down illegals. So that would happen because we're in capitalism. The police going to want to make some money. They're putting their life at risk and they're getting
May.
paid very little. So when they say $10 a head, and then people start bringing in 100 people a day, whoever they think they can get away with it. Now what?
Mate, you're not a slave until you're convicted of a crime, not arrested. You have to be convicted, proven guilty, in order to be a slave under my presidency. That's what I'm saying. You have to be
So we doing
convicted.
Clue's presidency. This is
So
interesting.
this does not benefit the police because the police don't get anything out of this. Does not benefit the police. You have to be convicted in a court of law in order to be a slave under my presidency.
Okay, let's go back and talk about Cooning because this is a real out there kind of
This is a
idea.
very
You're gonna
coon
run
idea.
everybody. You're gonna run everybody away with that that topic.
It works though.
No, I'm just saying it'll turn people off. So let's
Mate,
switch back to the
do you want to
Coons.
buy a $200 iPhone? I know you do.
Let's switch
The
to the
only way to
Coon
do
idea.
that
'Cause I
is
got
to make sure the
questions.
iPhones are made in Memphis, Tennessee.
I got
If
questions.
the
God damn,
iPhones
that
are
boy
made
is
in Memphis,
good.
Tennessee, then your iPhone costs $200, not $1,200.
I got
See,
questions
there's
about
the
Coons.
incentive. I like the way you think, brother.
I mean, y'all gotta feel me on this. Slavery needs to come back to America,
It's
but
already
it needs
here.
to
They
be
already got private
reformed.
prisons. They
It
already
need,
got private prisons. They already got that. I
yeah,
don't know
but
why
those
you.
prisoners are not doing the work I need them to do.
So you want to help the private prisons be more productive? Maybe that's.
Exactly. Boom.
And
Pow.
how are you
Bow,
gonna
bow, bow,
spend it?
bow,
Are you
bow. You
invested in
got it.
private prisons? Are you invested?
I don't, but I need to.
Matter
I
of
need
fact,
to.
as soon as Trump won inauguration, the private prisoners industry stopped. I think it went from $13 a share to 32. You can look
Oh,
it
that's
up.
good. A lot of people made a lot of money. That's good.
Yeah,
That's
they figured they
good.
were going to put immigrants in the prisons and stuff like that. That's what they figured. So that's why they took the stocks up and reinvested. But listen, let's talk about Coons. Can we talk about Coons? Because I have lots of questions.
Yeah, I'm a full coon, so I can answer all of your questions. I'm a full coon. I'm not a half
No,
coon
no.
like Sub Zero. I'm a full coon, full in it, all in it. It's fully submersed in coonage. Go ahead.
My question to you and Deacon Dave is why do y'all hate y'all self so much?
Why
Why do
why do
y'all
you
hate
keep
yourself
asking?
so much?
We don't. May a coon does not hate himself. A
Nah,
coon loves himself more than anybody on the planet. that's that's the confusion I wanna clear up here. A coon does not hate himself, and a coon does not hate his mother. A coon loves himself a lot. A coon loves his mother a lot. It's niggas that coons hate. Niggas. Niggas.
I don't know how this gets
Not
lost in
not
translation.
ourselves. Niggas.
Well, see, this is why I think you guys are fake coons. But I'm gonna tell y'all why I think a lot of y'all are
I'm a
fake
real
coons.
full coon, full
You
real
believe
authentic coon.
you
That's me.
believe that.
I'm
You
that's me.
okay, you believe that you are a full authentic coon.
I am.
And if
It's a
you
fact.
watch, hold on, let me finish. If you watch my video, and when I define what a coon, a real true coon is, versus a cosplay coon, or what I call a rat coon, then you will see there's a very big difference.
So what's your
And
definition of a full coon?
That
A
would have
real
been my
coon?
first question. Like
Yeah,
she has
yeah.
to define it. Yeah.
Because
okay,
we
let
got
me
we got to
just
get definitions here. It's the English language. We have to be square. We have to be concise with the definitions.
Yeah. No. No. No
What's a
ambiguity.
real coon? Yeah, what's a real coon?
okay,
May the regulator.
I'll repeat what I said on my video so I'm consistent when I defined it. What I define as a real coon is a black person, particularly, or any person who is not of white color or dominant culture. Okay, that is a person who grew up in an environment that they were the minority or nobody else that looked like them was around. So they were around a dominant product. Let me not. I'm just use race. They were born and raised around white people, and they naturally assimilated because that's the predominant place that they were at, okay? And the lifestyle that comes with that, the norms that come with that, the culture, they're born into it. They don't know anything else. They're not
May,
even aware. Hold on, let me
that's not a
finish.
coon. That's
Let
not a
me finish.
coon, though.
Let me finish.
No, we got to fit this
Fine.
into her definition. Does any of that apply to you, Clue?
No,
It does.
I was
It
born
does.
around niggas, nothing but niggas. So no.
I
So
can't say that. That actually does apply to me.
that's what I'm saying. You can't help it. You
I
are
didn't know. I didn't know I was black until I was like what 10,
Deacon Dave, you a real coon.
11.
Deacon Dave, you a real coon. And you know how you found
May,
out when you were
may,
10 or
may,
11?
may. You can't be born a coon. That's impossible.
Yeah,
Nah, that
yeah,
You
has. I
can't
don't
be
think any of
born a
this has
coon.
anything to do with it.
Coon is something that you earn.
you're
You
born.
have to
No, no.
earn that title.
You
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 can't be
cutting me
born a
off and you're not
coon.
letting me finish. Clue, you don't want me. You don't want to build on what I'm saying.
Okay.
What I'm telling you is that normally a person who becomes a coon, they're born into that environment. They don't know anything else. They don't know about the hood. They don't know about niggas. They're not reacting to none of that ghetto stuff. They don't know
That's
nothing about
incorrect.
food stamps and black culture. They
That's
actually have to
incorrect.
try. Hold on, let me finish. They have to try to be black if they choose to do, because they don't
No.
know how. Okay, that is a person who is a true coon.
No.
They were assimilated at a very young age. They were completely unaware of race until someone punched them in the face with it, and they
No.
had to focus on it. I heard
No.
Deacon
That's the
Dave. Let me
Hollywood's
finish.
version of
Let me
coon.
finish.
I'm gonna tell you the
Deacon
real
Dave,
version of
hold on.
coon.
Deacon Dave just said he did not know he was black or whatever until he was 10 years old, 9. And I guarantee you, it was somebody else who made it an issue. He didn't know about race. And that's how you know you were born as a coon, into a coon environment.
Nobody is born a
Although
coon,
that
May.
does apply to me, I don't think that that's part of the definition of a coon.
You got
Nope. Nobody is
you
born a
got
coon, May.
you got new age rat coons. They exist. They're people who they turn 35, 45, 55. And all of a sudden they say,
May the
I
regulator.
don't like being black and
May
I'm
the
tired of the
regulator.
ghetto. I'm
May the
reacting
regulator.
against the ghetto. I'm going to reject the ghetto.
You've been
That's the
lied to.
difference. That's the
You've been
difference.
lied to. You cannot be born a
We just
coon.
disagree. We just
You
disagree.
cannot be born a. You can't. There's no way you can be born a coon.
Yeah, you are.
You have to earn the title.
No,
That's like
no,
you're
no.
not born a Navy SEAL.
You
You have
have
to
to earn it.
earn being a Navy
You
SEAL.
got to earn it because you don't come from it. You got to
You got
earn it.
to
I don't.
earn coonhood. Coonhood has to be earned. You don't.
No, it doesn't.
Nobody's
You
born
got
a
to work
coon.
towards it.
If I'm a
Cooning
coon
is
Listen,
and my
natural.
wife is a coon, we don't have a coon
No,
child. That child
no,
has to earn coonhood.
this
no.
all of this so far
You
what
have
you're
to
You got
laying
to
out as a
earn it.
unlearn
coon.
blackness. Clue, you got to unlearn ghetto. You got to unlearn blackness. You got to unlearn ebonics. I don't have that experience.
May, let me
We're
tell you the
different.
let me
I'm going to tell
repeat
you
the
something.
definition of a coon.
I
Please,
did
can
not
you allow
even
me to?
know. I did not even know
Can you
that
allow me
I
to
was.
repeat the
Listen,
definition of a
Clue, you
coon?
got to let me talk. You asked me for the definition. I'm
You don't
losing my
have the
voice.
definition. You're wrong.
You just
I,
say
I
just
will
say you
say you're wrong
disagree
too,
with me.
man. I think you're wrong too, man.
You're
But
Just say you
wrong.
you,
disagree with me. That's fine. I can take
no, no,
disagreement.
continue. Go ahead, continue. Let her spell it all out.
Okay, let me spell it out and then we can go through the details. So what I'm telling you is, to me, a real coon is born into a situation where they're not even aware of race, they're not reacting against race, they're not even thinking about race. They don't even know what that is. You're born into that, you assimilate. You don't have a choice. You're being like everybody around you. You're surrounded by a sea of whiteness. You grew up in a white utopia. 9 times out of 10, you probably have the privileges extended to you that they have. You grow up with no problems in life. You have an easy life. You have an Edward Scissorhands, everything's boring life, okay? White as fuck. You're not aware, and your natural inclination is to date among the people who are around you. So you naturally end up being attracted to what? White people. You
being
marry a white
being a
person.
coon has nothing
And
to do with
hold on.
white.
My I'm telling you my understanding. You're gonna have
But,
something different
Can
because
I
you and
can
me are
I
not the
can I
same.
repeat the definition of a coon?
Hold on,
no,
hold
wait,
on.
wait.
Can I
Let me say
please
one thing.
just
Just one thing,
let me
Clue, you
real
gotta
quick.
be
just let me do
patient.
it. Let me do it. Just let me
You
do it. It
gotta
won't
be
take long.
patient, Clue. You gotta be patient.
Let
I
me
just
repeat the definition of a coon.
Clue. I'm giving
As a
my
coon, so I
definition.
know the definition because I
Clue.
am one.
Clue, you gotta let me finish the definition.
You don't
And I'm
know the
telling
definition. You just admitted you don't know
you,
the definition.
we're gonna be mature and you're gonna acknowledge that I have my understanding and you have yours. I
Okay.
don't have to invalidate you in order to have my opinion. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
I don't have to invalidate
Okay.
you.
Okay.
I'm telling you my opinion of what a coon is, a real natural born coon. Then I'm losing my voice. Oh my God. Um, then you
It
have,
sounds pretty sexual.
no, it's
You know,
terrible. You stressing my voice because you keep making me, I don't
that
normally talk like
raspy
that.
sound, I like it.
I don't like it.
I like it.
I got
I
allergies.
like the raspy
Oh
May.
God. No,
Raspy
I'm gonna
May
finish
sounds
because I
kind
don't
of
want to stress
good.
my voice. I don't want
Anyway,
to.
go ahead. Fuck what I'm saying. Go ahead.
I
Go ahead.
don't normally stress
I'm
my voice because I
flirting. Go
usually
ahead.
let people talk and I talk when they're done. But to me, and I'm almost done, a raccoon is a person who essentially they are reacting against race. They have an agenda to push, and they come to this conclusion because now that they're older, and notice older, they can reflect on the world and they can say, that I like and that I don't like. I reject this and I accept that. I'm going to assimilate in my older age by unlearning blackness. I'm reacting to my hate of blackness or what I think black culture is. Notice that the person who is not a real natural born coon, they have a lot of background, history, and experience as a black person in a black culture. They have to unlearn it all. That's the reaction. That's the difference. You're reacting against something versus you naturally being part of a society and assimilating and being unaware of race. I'm done. Go ahead.
May, okay, let's go back to the definition of coon. I'm going to explain for you and your audience the definition of coon. I'm going to repeat it, okay? What a coon is a melanated person who seeks to separate himself from niggardry as far as he can. As far as he can. That's what coons do. If a nigga likes this, a coon likes that over there. If a nigga drinks Coke, a coon drinks Pepsi. They separate themselves far. That's all they do. As far as possible from niggas. That's
Yep.
all a coon is. So
That's it.
you can't be born a coon because when you're born, you're just a baby. You don't know anything about blacks versus niggas. You don't know anything. So you can't be born a coon. You have to be trained in the art of coonery. You have to be trained. You have to earn that title.
Well, let me get it. Let me get it.
Myself, I earned the title of coon.
Yeah, coon by definition actually means consistently opposite of niggas. That's the acronym for coon.
Whoa, that's beautiful. I never heard of that, Dave.
And it's a
I
conscious
like that shit.
it's a conscious decision. It's not something by happenstance. It's a constant decision. It's an observation of what you see niggas do, and you literally choose to not be like that or
Cause
do
that
the opposite. I think your definition of a coon more fits the definition of an Oreo.
it has nothing to do with white.
No,
Nothing to do with white.
when you add white, that creates an Oreo. White middle, black on the outside. That's an Oreo.
Yeah, D.
Coon,
D. We
coon.
sit at home. We watch our television, and we watch our television set in May 2020. We see what the niggas are doing, how they are responding to George Floyd with the knee on the back of their neck, and we say we're not going to do that. We're going to do the opposite of what they're doing. They're going to go out in the
So you're
streets and they're going to destroy their cities and towns. We're going to do the opposite. We're just going to sit in our houses and wait for the verdict. That's what
well,
Yeah.
coons do.
Hey,
okay.
quite
That's what
literally,
I
man.
did.
Quite literally, information, education is part of making you a coon. Like if you don't know shit, you don't realize what you're walking into. But when you do learn something, you can make educated decisions. That's what cooning is.
Okay. So I think that the reason why I think there's a distinction between the two. Can y'all hear me?
I can
Yeah.
hear you. I can
Okay.
hear you.
I'm not gonna disagree with you that you're some kind of coon, in my opinion. And let me say that again. There's no absolutes right and wrong. I'm saying from my perspective, in my walk of life, I think you are an intentional coon. Okay, Clue. You're intentional. It's like a conscious choice,
Thank you,
right?
by the way.
And you're
Yes.
constant. Oh, you think that's a compliment? Hmm,
That's a beautiful
that's
compliment.
fucked
Hell
up.
yeah.
I think
Yeah.
you have two different
Intentional
coons from.
coon. Intentional coon. Shoot, I wish my mama would have called me an
Yeah,
intentional coon.
I think y'all
Hell
are
yes.
intentional coons. But I think that, but but you notice the difference. There's all this effort, this focus on black, whatever you think black culture is. There's this focus and obsession on reacting and responding to whatever it is,
Can
giving
I tell you
power
what
to it.
black culture is?
Being, hold on, let me clue. I don't want to stress my voice. Can you let me finish, please?
Yes,
Please.
ma'am. Go ahead, baby girl. Go ahead.
I'm a
Shit.
woman and my voice can't take all
I
that
know, baby
screaming.
girl. Go ahead. We're just talking. Go ahead.
Okay. So what I'm saying is simply that um I think that there is a distinct difference. And that's all I'm saying is that there is one that is reactionary and coming across as a reflection over history and experience. Oh, I grew up in the hood. Ooh, I know what that looks like. Oh, I'm trying to get away from black culture that I think is bad because that's the version of black culture I know. There's a reactionary response. And I think that that is valid. Someone says, ooh, like if I grew up in Philadelphia, trust me, I'm just saying that Baltimore is some cities. If I grew up in, I would be like, oh fuck no, this is all I know of black culture. It fucking sucks. It's poverty. It's ugly. It's food stamps. It's baby mamas. Blah blah blah. If that's the black environment you grew up in, I get it. You're responding against something you don't like about where you came from. I get it. I totally get that. I'm just saying that the authentic and real coons, if we want to call somebody such, They are totally different and they're not aware of none of y'all's philosophy or none of this shit. And they don't care about race. They don't study black people. They don't care about black culture. They don't know anything about it. Okay. And they're unaware. They're just being as white as fuck because that's all they know how to do. That's all I'm saying. And I just mentioned this. I want both of y'all to watch my interview with my friend Tony from childhood. I want y'all to watch that interview because in that interview we discussed having to shake off being coons. Both of us. We had to actively shake it off. You know what I'm saying? The way y'all were trying to shake on coon, we're trying to shake it off. Because when we got older, we
Why would
became
you want to
aware.
shake off
Yeah,
coons?
why? Seriously.
Being a coon is the best thing ever.
You said you gotta earn it, didn't you? Didn't you
No,
say you gotta earn it?
it's more outcome based. Like you
May,
coon based on what your goals are set to and what kind of outcome you want. You don't coon because you actually step in it like it's some shit. Like nah,
May,
my exa-
May
my exa- my example in this life, it's gonna be like making better decisions and making a habit of good decisions by watching those who make bad decisions. You're taking their example and making a better decision in the same situation. That's probably the definition of wisdom, but living in it.
May, imagine what it feels like to come for 36 hours. That's cooning. That's how good we feel over here. If you came for 36, you fucking somebody and you came for 36 hours straight. 36 hours, that's a fucking day and a half. That's cooning. That's how good it feels to be over here.
Do you notice? Do y'all two? Y'all listen.
I'm just
Y'all
saying.
listen. Listen. With your nasty self, Clue. With your nasty
What the
self.
hell?
Just
This
what would it be like to come for 36 hours straight?
what this is
That
the
would
point I
feel
want to
really good, right? That's
Clue.
cooning. That's how
Clue.
we feel.
Clue. This is the point I want to make.
Yes, ma'am.
Notice how let me just finish my sentence. Notice how you have to have this animosity, the fifis, the emotion, the reaction against, the antagonism, the good versus evil. Notice that struggle. That's one energy, right? Versus I'm just flowing into what I do naturally and it is what it is. There's a big difference between the two. I'm talking about two diametrically different worlds. And what I'm saying is y'all got to put a lot of effort and thought and worrying and reacting to race and what niggas do and what niggas don't do. And I'm trying not to be a nigga real hard, so I'm gonna be a coon. What if you was never a nigga?
But we
What
don't
if you
care
was
about
never a
niggas.
nigga?
Nah,
Wait,
actually, it's
let me
quite the
finish.
opposite
Let
though.
me finish. What if you was never a nigga? What if you never knew food stamps? What if you never knew poverty? What if you never knew race or care and you just dated whoever was in your proximity and
That doesn't make him a coon, though.
you enjoyed flow,
That
but you do
doesn't.
not listen because you don't know black culture, because you don't have experience with that. You naturally flow into being what people would call white. You talk white, you're white culture.
Most coons know black culture.
And that's Oreoism. I told you that. You have to readjust after that. With that knowledge, you have to take that knowledge, reapply it, and understand that there's a difference in these definitions. Not knowing anything
So,
about blackness just makes you an Oreo. A conscious decision makes you a coon. You can't forget that. That's the premise.
okay, that's y'all's definition. A conscious decision
Most coons,
is what makes you a coon. Okay, okay, I can see that.
most
Okay.
coons, May, most
Hmm.
coons, most coons have been in the hood. We've experienced black culture, and all we said is we don't want that in our life. We don't want that in our family. That's all the coons did. We've experienced this nigger culture, NWA and all that stuff. We've experienced that and we've decided we don't want that in our life and we do not want that in affecting our family, tainting our blood. So we walked away and we went the other way. But people like you may want to put out the narrative that all that coons want to do is be white.
Y'all do.
No, that's not
Y'all are
That's not the
intentionally trying to
case.
take on white culture.
That is not the case.
Yeah.
That means you haven't
You're
studied
not you're not
a
taking on
real coon.
Mexican culture. You're not taking on Chinese
You
culture. You're
haven't.
not taking on Indian culture. What culture are you taking on? Be honest. Be honest.
But
What are
the
you trying to
Supreme
assimilate?
King Coon, do you know who he
What?
is? SKC. He
Yeah,
doesn't
he's
give a fuck about
interesting.
white culture. He
You
likes
guys, what do you want to
Japanese culture. Hold
assimilate?
up, hold up, hold up. Let me say this. I
Okay.
gotta say this. I gotta
All right.
challenge you on this. The Supreme King Coon, aka SKC, doesn't give a fuck about white culture. He loves Japanese culture. So that just tears down your whole narrative that we all just want to be white. All the coons want to be white. That's not true. We just hate niggers. Go ahead, May.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is just that there's a difference of opinion about definitions. When me and my friend Tony were talking, and we've always talked about this for years, we never used the word Oreo. So y'all can say that's Oreo if you like, but as since we were younger, we've always been saying we're trying to de-coon. We always joke with each other trying to get the coon off.
See,
De-cooned.
And
y'all just enjoy the blackness. Who do the black community consider coons? Clarence Thomas. What's the girl? Candace Owens. Alfonso Rivera. Right.
All
yeah.
great people that you just named,
Okay, so
Deke.
make your point, Deacon.
They're
What are
all
you
great
saying?
people, by the way. They're all doing great. They all got great families.
Okay, but
So
make your point. Hold on, wait. Let
in order to be a coon, you got to have a great family.
Right. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. They're. I think they're make their decisions based on what their goals were. You see what I'm saying? Not happenstance. Candace Owens
Hey, where did
clearly,
she go?
but you see my point, Clue. It's
Yeah, I see it, but every single time we got to deal with these people.
Okay, it kicked me off. Sorry.
Every single time we have to deal with these people. These people
No,
with
no.
these narratives.
Hold on, wait, wait,
I'm
wait.
talking to
Wait, wait.
Dave. Hold up. I'm talking to Dave.
Okay.
Every single time we have to deal with these people, they want to create a narrative of coons wanting to be white, even though we don't show any evidence that we want to be white. None of us do that. What we show evidence of is that we hate niggas. That's the definition of a coon. A coon hates niggas. A coon hates niggadry. A coon hates everything that niggas do. Coon, a coon hates that, and he goes the other way.
and
That's
it
it.
does not mean that you necessarily go to white. Like I know here in America that black only exists, antagonistic to white, but that doesn't mean because you go against niggas that you run straight to white people. Like
It has
that's
nothing to
a
do. It has nothing to do with race.
But let me
no.
say
May.
this. Let
It's
me
for
say
May.
this.
It has nothing to do with race.
Okay,
Nothing
Clue.
at
Okay,
all.
okay, Clue. Let me say this.
Okay.
I what I'm saying is the original idea of a coon. We talking about the original. You guys have very nuance because y'all are in this multicultural world. Go ahead for a second. Hold on.
There's some Borgin with. Anyway.
No. What I'm saying is this. Um I need to get something to drink. But what I'm saying is this: you guys are living in a multicultural world where we're talking about Japanese and Brazilian and all these other different cultures. So you can adopt other cultures because we're in a multicultural world at this point. But what I'm saying is the original idea of a coon was
May.
somebody who assimilated to whiteness. And so I'm going with that
This has
original
nothing to do with
understanding. Let me
whiteness.
finish.
You
Let me
keep saying
finish. Clue, you're
whiteness.
gonna
It has
stress my
nothing to do
voice.
with whiteness.
Clue, you're gonna stress my voice. I'm just trying to get this out.
Darling. It has
Let me
nothing
let
to
me
do with whiteness.
Clue.
You keep
I'm
saying whiteness.
Clue. I'm
We're not
trying to
trying to be white.
I'm not telling you what you
We're
define.
not trying to be white.
I'm
Let me say that.
oh God.
We're trying to go against niggadry.
Clue, I heard
Niggadry.
you. Clue, listen.
We're
I'm
very
very
specific.
Clue. Can we be civil when we talk? I'm trying to
We are
think.
civil, but you
You
keep
just
saying
oh
whiteness.
God, you just keep interrupting.
May, you keep saying
We can't have
whiteness.
a conversation if you won't let me finish. I'm not gonna stress my voice.
No,
Look,
nobody's ever listened to the coon side of it, and it's hard to keep it like because you want to feel vindicated at some point. Because when you actually understand it, it does make sense. So when you
right.
throw these narratives out there, it's kind of like, let's say you were accused of something, and you know that what you were accused of wasn't true. How do you defend yourself against that without coming off as crazy? But when you
Well,
slow it down and you make it make sense, it's satisfying for both sides. For one is the education side, and the other one is the vindication side.
okay. I hear you, but like I said, I'm gonna premise it again. I'm not trying to change your minds, okay? First of all, I'm giving you my opinion and my understanding. You don't have to agree with it. We don't have to argue about it. I'm telling you that I'm basing the idea
Don't
I
say
have.
whiteness.
I'm telling you my version, and you don't have to agree. Do you understand? We're both intelligent. You don't need to agree, and I don't need to change so you can be happy. I'm telling you what I believe and what I understand. The original idea of a coon is absolutely somebody who is assimilating into white culture. That's my
She said it
opinion,
again. She
not
said it again.
yours. It don't
She
have to be
said it
yours.
again, y'all.
I'm gonna keep saying it because it's
A
my
coon
opinion.
has nothing to do with white
Listen,
people.
Clue. Now you showing your intelligence
A
when you start
coon
acting
has
like you don't
nothing to do with
understand.
white people. You're
My
talking to a coon
definition don't
on
have
your
to be
panel.
yours.
You have a coon on your panel telling you what he's about. It has nothing to do with whiteness.
This is why the
Nothing to do
swing.
with whiteness.
This is why you get the swing and the miss because you don't really make a connection when you go outside these parameters. If you're being
You
specific,
guys, you guys want
or
somebody
you're
to
misusing the
agree.
word.
You guys want to dominate how someone sees something. And I'm telling you from my life and my background, me and you are not the same. I have my own understanding, my own experiences, and I have decided what a definition of a coon
You
is
have
to me.
decided, but I'm
I have,
telling you
yeah,
the
just like,
definition of a coon.
but that's yours based on you guys
So
having
this is
y'all
a
own
my truth
clue,
discussion.
clue.
My
You do
truth
not get
versus
to
our
dictate.
truth.
Clue. You don't get to dictate to me my understanding. I'm
I'm
telling
just
you what
telling you
I
the
understand.
textbook definition of a coon. That's all.
This is why I don't think she's talking about us or our type.
What I'm telling you is I have my own definition and you don't have to agree. Do you understand that part? You don't need to agree. And I don't need to change my definition to suit you. You can still have your own definition. I'm good with that. I'm just defining my understanding.
But you have a coon on the panel, and he's telling
You
you
call I
what a
would call
coon
you a
is.
raccoon. I would call you a raccoon though. You're not a natural born coon. You are a raccoon.
You literally got a coon on the panel, and you're telling. Okay,
A
okay,
Yes,
okay,
there's
raccoon?
a
I
okay,
never
coon.
okay.
heard that.
Yes, a
A
raccoon.
raccoon.
A
Raccoon.
raccoon is somebody who is imitating something that they are not as a reaction and a response to their awareness of race.
Okay,
And
I'm
I
telling you who I
personally
am.
listen, Clue. Let's all like get intellectual just for a second.
Okay,
As a highly educated woman, I can tell you I have been in many spaces where I can allow people to give me their definitions, their working definition, and I'm okay with it. I don't have to agree with it, but I understand what they're talking about. And that is their working definition. And it doesn't change my mind. I know how to do that. I heard you 1,000 times. You said a coon is somebody who works at it, right? They have to earn it. They're constantly reacting against race of black race.
no,
Whatever black people are doing,
no,
they do the
that's not what I
opposite.
said. No,
Well,
no, no,
I didn't use
no.
your exact words,
I
Clue,
said
but Clue, let me
a
finish,
coon
man.
goes
You're trying to
against
frustrate.
niggas.
Clue, you're trying to frustrate me.
Don't
And we don't
don't
need
don't
to do
don't
that.
don't do that.
You're trying to frustrate
May,
me
May,
with
May.
the
Just
with this.
listen to me. Just listen to me
Clue,
for a
we
minute.
can't even have a conversation because you don't
May,
have enough
May,
civility to
May.
allow
Listen to
me
me.
to say what I'm going to say
Let me
without
explain
making
to
me
your
stretch my
audience what a
point.
coon is again.
You already did. And I'm telling you, I understand your
And you
definition.
got your definition, but the
We got
definition,
different definitions,
only I
Clue.
can give the definition of a coon.
Clue. We already heard you say it 3 different
Let
times.
her talk. Let her talk.
Tark?
All I'm telling you, all I'm telling you, Clue, I'm not going to change my definition, no matter what you say.
Your definition?
My definition of coon based on my experiences. And like I said, I'm going to reference you back to my conversation with my friend. I grew up thinking this way. And that conversation, we've been on each other for more than 35 years. And in the conversation, we had considered ourselves coon based on our experiences in life.
and all the other few black people that grew up with us.
May,
Listen, you're not going to change my mind. Don't
May.
worry about that. Let's just communicate.
Can I ask
But I'm
you?
not going to change my mind. I don't want to change yours. Understand?
May,
Do you understand that, Clue?
May,
I'm not trying to change your mind, and I don't need you to change
May
mine.
the regulator.
Do you understand that, Clue?
May the regulator.
Yes or no, Clue? Can we intellectually understand that I don't need to change your mind and you don't need to change mine?
May the
Can we
regulator.
understand that? Yes or no?
May the regulator. Let me ask you
Yes or
a
no? Can we
off-sided
understand that?
question. May
Can
the
we both
regulator.
agree to that? I don't need to change my mind and you don't need to change yours. Can we agree to that
I agree.
intellectually?
I agree.
Okay. Now go ahead. I'm listening. Go ahead.
May the regulator. When we gonna fuck?
Clue, you married, I'm married, and that's so goddamn. See.
Had to ask.
Nah.
Deacon Dave, I had to ask.
Nah. Your Becky would not be happy with you asking a black woman for no booty. She would not be happy.
Ain't got nothing to do with you
This is
being
what is
black.
the root of it, anyways.
It
I'm
has
just
nothing to do with you
all
being
three y'all
black,
coons want
May.
some good black coochie. That's the
May.
reality.
It has nothing to do
Deacon
with you
Dave
being
too.
black.
All of y'all niggas want some good black coochie. That's really what all this antagonism is about.
May.
Yeah. You let it out the bag. I'm gonna close that.
I've had plenty. I have plenty of
I'm
beautiful.
offended because
I've
I
had
actually don't
plenty.
care about I don't care about none of that.
I've had plenty of beautiful relationships with black women. I'm not a black woman hater. I've had beautiful, wonderful relationships with black women. Good, fulfilling relationships with black women. I'm not one of these dudes on YouTube that fuck black women. No, I'm not. That's not me. Don't get me confused with those niggas. That being said, May,
Same here.
May, you're in Atlanta. I'm in Atlanta. Let's fuck. Let me put it on. Put it. I am going to put it on my calendar.
Are you drinking?
I'm going to put it on my calendar. So we're going
He's gonna pencil you
fuck on Sunday. Sunday, May 4th.
You should
Sunday,
see my
May
face.
4th. We're gonna fuck, okay?
May the 4th be with you.
That's what we do.
We're
We're gonna fuck on Sunday, May 4th.
Is
Is that cool with you?
Yo, Cluu, you
Or
crazy,
should
bro.
I wait till Monday? Should I wait till Monday or do Sunday? When we gonna
Well,
fuck?
just make it July the 4th, Independence Day. Fuck it.
I gotta wait that long? What the fuck?
It's worth it.
Fucking celebrity. Why should I wait that
No,
long?
seriously, Clue, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're crazy.
I'm fucking with you. That's what
No,
I'm doing. I'm
y'all-
just
y'all-
fucking
you know
with
what?
you.
And I'm gonna tell you the truth about
Why can't you
truism.
just be fucked with?
Let me tell you about truism. Truism. wants
Don't
a
bring
black
up
woman.
truism. Hey,
He
no,
wants-
we're talking about
no,
me and
it's the
you.
same
No,
thing.
we're not gonna talk about the crow
bad.
today.
Yeah, he ain't here.
Yeah,
But
we're
be
not talking
fair,
about
let's
the
be
crow.
fair.
Leave the crow out of this.
The
We're
crow
talking
want
about
a black
me and
woman so
you.
bad he don't know what to do with his goddamn.
No, that's a married man.
I
Man.
don't know. You married.
Blissful marriage.
You not married, Deacon?
Yeah, I'm married.
Okay, yeah.
May,
Yeah. What's up?
you're in Atlanta. Where you at? You in
D. Not Deacon.
No. Let's go back to it. May,
We're not gonna talk that.
are you in
Jay does
Dunwoody?
nasty talk. I don't do nasty talk.
You live in Dunwoody, right?
No, Stone Mountain.
Stone Mountain. Ooh, I used to love. Hey, yo. In 2006, me and my girl at that time, we used to climb Stone Mountain
Yeah, that's where my parents met.
together, and we loved it. That was a great experience. You had to be fit in order to climb Stone Mountain, and then what you do is you take that little that little zip line right back down to the bottom. You know what I'm talking about, May. You take that zip line at the top to the bottom, because if you climb up Stone Mountain, you ain't gonna want to go back down. So you take that zip line all the way down.
Wait, do they still do that laser show on the side of the mountain or no?
The laser show?
Yeah, I remember that.
They still do that. Yes,
the Ray
show.
Charles with the horses and whatnot. I forget. That was a long time ago.
And Deacon Dave, what I used to do is go to Lenox Mall and do their 4th of July celebration.
I was there in '96, the last Freaknik. I was there.
Oh,
I was probably what?
I was a kid.
14. I was 14.
So why are you living
I was like 16. Yeah.
Clue, why are you
Yeah,
living
you're
in
3 years
Black
older
Lana?
than me.
Why are you
Huh?
living in Black Lana? You need to be
Mate,
over there in Wyoming somewhere.
I'm moving to South Dakota
There you
this
go.
year.
There
This
you go.
year. Yeah.
Yes.
Because I've always wanted to live there. It's a beautiful place. So I'm moving
He's
there.
gonna
I'll
be a
probably be there in
rancher with
about
sheep and horses and shit.
I will probably be there in about 4 to 5 months from now. I'll be living in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. I love it there. Ooh, it's beautiful.
Yeah, that sounds like the place that you probably would need to be a full coon.
I can be a full coon anywhere on planet Earth. That's the beauty of being a full coon. We can live in any spot on the planet.
I doubt that. No, actually, I disagree with that.
Oh,
I,
really?
I can't be a coon in Toledo or Cleveland, Ohio, because I'm from
You can be
Ohio.
a coon anywhere.
I
Because
can't be
here's the
a
thing.
coon in Cincinnati. I don't. I would not feel safe. Like my residence right now is specifically strategically picked out because I definitely wanted to be away from niggas. Like we said, it was a conscious decision.
So that
Yeah,
makes you a
I think that's a
coon,
running. I
Deacon
think y'all are
Dave.
running away from poverty. I think that's what I really believe. I think y'all are running away. You're reacting
We're
against
running away
poverty
from
and poverty
niggas.
culture. It's
Niggas.
poverty. All
Niggas.
niggas ain't. All black people are
Niggas.
not in poverty. That's what you
May.
don't know.
We're running
All
away
black
from
people are not in
niggas.
poverty. Black
It's
May.
people
same
are not
if
in
I had
poverty.
enough to live
May
in
the
PG County,
regulator.
man. I
We
wouldn't
are
live in
running
PG
away
County.
from
Y'all just
niggas.
Clue. You just
May.
want to flood with sound instead of listening to what I'm saying.
May, listen to me. We're running
You
away
gotta
from
have a
niggas. That's
conversation.
what we do. We run away from
But
niggas.
the only niggas you know are poor ghetto niggas. That's the point.
It
Do you
doesn't
know there's a
matter
lot
the
of
financial
Now,
situation.
I
We
know
hate
some rich
niggas.
niggas. I really do. I don't involve myself with those people. Like,
May, do you think there's a difference
I
between
think the
blacks
blood
and
has been
niggas?
poisoned.
Do
I
you?
think I
Do
think
you?
there's a reaction against poverty that you guys have mixed in
May,
with blackness. That's what I
May,
believe.
May,
I
do you
think if
think,
you guys have been
May,
around influence, stop doing that, Clue. Stop doing that. You stressing my
doing
voice.
what? What am I
Just
doing,
keep
baby
interrupting
girl?
and make sound to just like
What am I
agitate me
doing?
when I'm
Tell me
trying to
what I'm
speak.
doing.
Cause you keep doing it.
Doing what? What am I
Just keep
doing?
making noise while I'm
I'm
talking, so
not
I gotta
making
talk
noise. I'm
louder.
talking to
Just stress.
you.
I've never had anybody stress my voice on here before.
May, I'm talking to you. I'm just talking. You're just talking, right?
I'll beat your ass.
Ooh, how? Open hand or with a closed
A whole
fist?
pimp slap. A whole damn pimp slap.
should I leave y'all to the,
I think
Nah,
May
nah,
likes me. I
we're
think
done.
May likes me, to be honest.
No, I
May,
don't.
May, do
I
you
don't
like me?
like you, Clue.
You don't like me?
Not at all. Cause
Ah, yeah.
you
Well,
need to be
fuck.
honest, and you're not being honest.
But you like coons, though.
I don't like
You
coons. I like
respect coons because you
no.
respect. No coon has ever complained about a bitch on YouTube.
I will give Beck credit
Hey,
though. At
yeah.
least she's
Hey,
willing to
yeah.
have the conversation or at least entertain the thought. I do think the premise is wrong, but it's okay. I mean, we could work from wherever you want to take.
You know what? I'll be honest with you, Deacon. I think I was attracted to this thing that y'all do. I don't like that word coon, honestly.
I like
I
it
think I
because
was
that's who
attracted.
I am.
Clue, can I finish? God damn it. I was attracted to what you guys were saying because I don't like ghetto culture, but I don't like poverty culture in general. That comes from anywhere. Like white trash and shit. I did a whole thing where I was talking to Truism about how turned off I was that my cousins got these ugly ass, fat, crazy looking, illiterate, trashy, poor white trash rural women that they had children with, right? And so I found that absolutely disgusting. And so I think I react against negative and poverty culture and just, degeneracy. And I think that's where I was somewhat attracted to. But then when we got to the whole thing of it starts getting blurry, because then you got people that keep acting like they worship whiteness and saying, "Oh, I'm a white man now," and stuff like that. I think that's the part that turned me off, and
May,
it's not authentic. That's the main thing. None of it's authentic. It's all like
May,
I'm acting out what I think a coon would be. That's what I think is the issue.
May.
Go ahead.
You're in Stone Mountain and I'm in Stockbridge. When we gonna fuck?
Clue, why do you keep saying that to me? Are you okay?
I'm just asking. Can
I
you give
think
me
you
an answer?
really, really got some kind of fetish for black
Fetish for
folks,
what?
for black women. I think so.
I've had black. Didn't I
Why are
just
you
say I've
asking
had
so?
black girlfriends all my life and they were
I'm
great? Didn't I just say,
I'm gonna
Deacon Dave? Did
entertain
I
you for a
just not
second.
say that?
I'm gonna entertain you for a second. I'm
I've
Yeah,
had
married.
you
black
said that. Yeah, you
girlfriends
said
my
that.
entire life and they
I'm
were
married.
great, beautiful
I'm
relationships.
married, and you got a Becky. So what are you doing? Becky ain't good enough. What's going on? What are you
Sorry,
doing?
if
So
y'all hear that
let's
noise, that's
just
my son. That's not
that
nothing wrong. That's my
that
son.
that doesn't mean we can't fuck me.
You are asking a black woman
To fuck
who's
me?
married,
Yes, I am.
and you got a whole Becky.
You in Stone
That's not
Mountain.
very
You in
coonish
Stone
of
Mountain.
you. That's not very coonish of you.
In the back chat, drop your address. I'll be over there in about 15
Oh, that's
minutes.
not very
15 minutes.
coonish. Y'all gotta help him.
Drop
He needs
drop
some.
your address and
He
I'll be
needs
over
some
there. I'll
coon.
take
He
care of
needs some
you.
coon pills. Give him some coon pills
I'll take care of you.
so
I'll
he can
make
get
you
it right.
I'll make you say oh
You're supposed to
God
pedalize.
and scream and
You're
shit and then
supposed to
I'll
pedestalize.
leave.
You're
I'll
supposed
leave.
to pedestalize the white woman, not the black woman.
May. May. So you saying you don't want to fuck me?
I am so married and so
You're
happy
so
with who I'm
married?
married with. Yeah,
And
I
that's
am.
wonderful. That's
And I'm so
wonderful.
happy with who I'm with. And he's
That doesn't mean you
chocolate
can't
and
fuck
he's
me.
black with long
Does that mean you
dreadlocks
can't
and a
fuck me?
strong back. I'm so good.
Uh, but
I'm
you could
so good in
fuck you
my
could
husband.
still fuck little old me,
Oh,
right?
Clue, stop
Right?
while you're ahead. They're gonna
May.
talk bad about you, Clue.
Hey.
They're gonna
You in
talk
Stone
really bad
Mountain.
about you.
You in
They're gonna
Stone
talk
Mountain. You're
bad.
right around the
They
corner.
got on you already about going over the bomb
You're right
shells.
around the
They
corner.
already got on you. Do you know they're gonna watch you and they're gonna talk about you? Don't do
I don't
that.
give a shit.
They are. Don't
I
do
don't give a
that. Don't do
shit.
that to yourself. They're gonna
Either
take
we're
your coon
fucking or
card.
not.
They're gonna take your coon card. Asking a black woman for some booty. They're gonna take your coon card.
That's the
Don't
thing
do that.
about coons. We can fuck all
Y'all
types of
spend all
women.
that time talking shit over there on Truism Channel about black women, only for you to get on here and ask a whole black, old ass black woman. And
I'm
I'm
an
old.
old ass
I'm
black
47.
man. So
I'm 47.
we're match
Y'all
made in
supposed to go
hell.
for the 20-year-old, right?
I'm old, you're old, let's fuck.
Okay, cool.
I'm
You know what you got
45,
to
you're
be already.
48, let's fuck.
What do you think about BGS?
Don't change the subject.
I gotta change the subject
Don't
because
change the subject,
because your
May.
coon costume is falling
May,
off,
May,
man. Your coon
May, the
costume.
regulator.
You basically just let me know
May
that
the
Becky ain't
regulator.
shit. Becky ain't
May the
shit.
regulator.
You just
Don't
said Becky
change the
ain't
subject.
shit now. They gonna talk bad about you. Go over here
I
begging for
know.
booty
I know
from the
they
black woman. Don't
will.
do it.
Let them talk
Don't do
bad
that.
about
Deacon,
me.
get him. Deacon, get your friend. He's
Let
gonna lose
them
his coon
talk bad
card.
about me.
I think Clue is just practicing his code switch. That's all. Sometimes
May.
you gotta exercise it.
Fuck me,
God
May.
damn,
Fuck
y'all,
me.
they
No,
gonna
wait a minute,
hang
May,
you.
May.
All
Okay.
the coons gonna get you.
Sunday.
Stop it.
I'm gonna write it down. Sunday, May the 4th. May, ironically, May the 4th. May will fuck
This
me.
shit
Let's
gonna
go.
get clipped up, and they gonna be
Clip it.
talking about your
Clip
ass.
it. It'll make you famous because this is your
Not
channel.
me. You ain't
This
gonna
is
make me
your
famous.
channel. It will make you famous.
Nah, I don't need to be famous. I'm
Clip
good.
everybody in the
Okay.
chat. Clip this.
Now
Send it
listen.
out. It
I
will
got
make
chicken.
me
I
famous.
got chicken,
Famous.
not fried.
Famous.
Listen, I got chicken, not fried chicken to cook. Clue, when you gonna invite me over to your place to have a conversation? Choice of topic is yours. When you gonna invite me? Me and Deacon
May
Dave
4th
invite you over.
tomorrow. May 4th Sunday. When you
No,
want to
I'll
come up?
slide down. I need to visit my mom. Really, she's
I
a.
ain't saying come down here. I said get on the goddamn channel.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we could do that. Yeah.
I'm talking about the channel. If I didn't mean
My
no,
channel.
no. I'm talking about your channel, brother. When
My
I
channel.
said your place,
Oh, you want to
your
do a 1-on-1 on my channel? We could do that
no, I'm
right
saying
after
me, you, Deacon
this.
Dave, whoever, like an open. We could talk about whatever cool stuff y'all want to talk about. We could discuss it on your channel.
One day I might go live. I don't know about this, man, because like I'll be talking to myself or some weirdo will jump up.
I think Deke is scared to go live. You
Yeah,
scared, bro?
a little bit. I ain't gonna lie.
Come on, man. It's
Because
easy.
you know what happened? I'll give off an impression. Like, I got patience for certain shit. And then one day it'll come out. I'll tolerate a lot at first. And then it'll come out like, man, you know what? Actually, in my real life, I wouldn't tolerate this. So why am I doing this now? It'll just be like
Here's
a
here,
switch.
here's what you do, Deacon Dave. You do a couple of streams, just you, this monologue, just you. It may be 10 minutes, 15 minutes. You do a couple of those streams and see who bites, see who comments, and then when you go live, you mention those people because we all like to be mentioned in the live stream. So you mention those people that said, commented on your stream, your pre-records. You mention those people, and then you drop the link and talk to them. It's real easy.
You know what I find fascinating? I actually do want to know how far up the road I got. Because, like, to a person who, let's say, like the normies, they'll let you know, like, yo, that's a far fetched concept. You got to walk me down that long road in order to get to where you are. In order for me to do that, I have to stick to a certain topic, stat line, whatever you want to call it, that made me formulate this thought. But I do have a lot of thoughts. I just don't know how people would react to it.
No,
I
you,
agree with
you don't
Clue.
have to
Do some
stick
10
to
minutes.
anything.
I agree with Clue. Do some 10 minutes and just do start off maybe like videos and then do a couple of lives. You know what you could do? You could invite people intentionally, like invite Clue for and then do an open mic too. You know what I mean? Slowly, but yeah, just do it small, short, and then invite people. That way you already know what y'all gonna talk about, and then
How
people can
many
join the channel.
how
You
many
know what I mean?
subs do you have to go live though?
Say what?
You can go
How
live
many?
right now.
Oh, you don't have to have a certain amount.
No,
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 he
you can go
does.
live right now.
No, he does. He has to have like I think it's a 50 or 100.
Oh, well, I didn't know that. I just went live when I had like 210.
Right. You got to start off with I think 50 or 100. I can't remember. But look, Bronsberg talking about May's Mary and Clue. Can you stop eating the biscuits and put down the white girl's
Shout out
high?
to Bronze Bird. The bird,
Drink
bird,
this
bird.
man
The
near a
bird
white
is the
woman's
word.
energy drink. Bronsberg, man, y'all. Let me tell you, Bronze. I got to go in a second. I got to go make this chicken. I got to
Chilling,
go.
man.
But look, Bronsberg had a wild. Y'all got to check it out. He had a wild ass show last night. Bronsberg, woo wee, them powwows. Ain't no telling what you gonna get. That shit was crazy. It was wild. You at Brownsburg?
So when you gonna be at my house? I have a big house in Stockbridge.
I don't understand where you're
Big
coming
house.
from. I don't
7
understand. I got a big
bedrooms,
house in Stone
3
Mountain, but I
floors.
don't
What? 4
have no
floors
man
if you
over here
count the
but my
basement.
husband.
When you gonna be there?
Maybe this is a coon move. It's like I gotta defile the black
May,
woman in some
May,
way.
May. Just tell me when you're gonna
Maybe
be
that's
there
what
so I
this
can
is.
clean up,
I gotta
tidy up
find
the
out how I
place
can
so it'd be
defile the black
nice.
woman.
You know,
I gotta prove she's no good. Maybe that's what this is. I don't know.
May. When you gonna be Stockbridge? Come on,
How about
Stockbridge.
you
That's
ask
where I
your
live.
Becky? Ask your Becky for some coochie.
Stockbridge.
Ask your Becky. I know she's
When you
older
gonna be in
than me.
Stockbridge, Georgia?
I know she's older than me, so maybe you want
When
somebody.
are you going to be in Stockbridge,
Listen,
Georgia?
you guys, I gotta get going.
Sunday or Monday?
It's
Pick a
7
day.
o'clock, and I gotta cook my chicken.
You act. Why are you so
So,
scared, May?
so
You're scared.
I'm gonna clip
You're
this shit.
scared.
Just keep going, brother. I'm gonna
Why
clip
are you
this shit.
scared?
Quit playing with yourself.
Why are you scared?
I
Seriously,
appreciate y'all for coming on. I
May,
know you're
don't
listening. You're a
close the
shock jock.
stream. Just talk to
You're
me.
such a shock jock. I get it. You gotta do
Don't
extreme
close
shit.
the stream. Just talk to me.
I gotta go. I gotta go.
Stockbridge.
This married lady's
So it's
gotta go.
Monday or Sunday? Sunday?
This married lady's
Sunday
gotta
good for
go.
you?
Listen, there's a Becky behind you somewhere in the house. Go holler at
May,
her.
we're
Okay?
talking about you.
Pedestal. Get
We're
that
talking about
pedestal. Put
you.
it back on the pedestal. I'm good. I'm good. Okay? Put it back on the
Hey
pedestal.
Dave, I think May is scared of me.
Oh goodness.
May never had
Clue, just
a
because I
man
asked you,
just be
Clue,
straightforward like
did I
that. Just
Clue,
go ahead
do me
and
a favor. Listen, I gotta go.
tell her
Listen,
what he
Clue,
wants.
I gotta go. But listen, I want both of y'all, Deacon Dave and Clue. I want y'all to please watch the conversation I have. It's a video about me and my friend Tony. And I hang out with guys, like I always did. I got like a little get along game. And so sometimes I think men misunderstand friendship, platonic from females. They don't know how to deal with that. But anyway,
May,
y'all check that video out. And
May.
then also the one about raccoons versus real coons. Watch those videos. But you gotta invite me over to your channel. Let me make sure I say not place, but channel.
Let
Invite me
me
over to
ask
your
you.
channel.
May.
Let me ask you. Just moving forward, like make sure that you make a clear delineation of Oreos and Coons. Like You have to add that because you want to make sure you're talking about the right thing when you address that thing.
I would just say y'all's definition of coon. I'll use that and I'll reference it that way. But for me and my own understanding, I'm gonna say real coons versus natural coons versus raccoons. That's me over here. But when I come to y'all space, I'll say y'all's definition of coon. That way we know there's a distinction. I'll take y'all's definition to work with the conversation, but I'm not gonna change my own.
May, have you ever fucked a coon?
Oh
Wait,
Lord, y'all, I gotta go.
It's
I've
really
enjoyed
good
this
sex.
conversation.
I'm telling you,
I'm gonna
it's
clip your
really
ass
good
up too.
sex.
I'm gonna clip your ass
If
up.
you've never fucked a coon
I'm
before,
gonna clip
how do
you
you
up.
know?
They're gonna get you. They're gonna get you. You
We
crossing them
fuck
lines.
differently than regular blacks,
All
right?
right, y'all. I'm gonna
Fuck
end the stream. Any
differently.
last comments before we go?
My last comment. Let me be serious. Let me be
Quickly.
serious.
I
I'm gonna
gotta
be
go.
serious. My final statement is,
Okay.
boys and girls in the chat, a coon is a person who
Love being
it
white.
has nothing to do with wanting to be white. A coon is a person who has separated himself from niggas.
From poverty.
Niggas, the race of niggas, not blacks, niggas.
The coon grew up poor and he hates
Coons,
himself. Go
coons,
ahead. You got it.
coons. Hold up. This is my final statement, okay?
Okay, I'm sorry.
The coons, we're people who want to be as far away from niggas as possible. We don't want to have anything in common with niggas, not blacks, niggas, right? We don't like niggas. We hate niggas, and we want to separate ourselves from niggas.
Okay.
That's it.
Got you.
That's my final statement.
Thank you
yeah,
for
my
that.
final statement is a cooking tip. Instead of using butter to make toast or biscuits, use mayo.
Oh wow. I'm gonna process that one.
No, just try it. Don't process it. Just try it.
Are we
Trust
really
me.
talking about cookie? Or is this some kind of, I mean, cooking, or is this some kind of
It's a cool
PG?
cooking tip because most niggas don't like mayo anyway. Just try mayo.
Oh wow.
Be the
I'm
opposite.
gonna make a meme for that. I'm gonna play it back and I'm gonna make a meme for that. Try
Next
mayo.
time you make your grilled cheese, put mayo on the outside of the bread and toast it that way.
Wow.
It's deep. You'll
Man,
thank me.
you took my breath away. I don't know what to think. Deacon Dave. All right, y'all. It's been real. All
All right, man.
right. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right now.